getting started here with this playthrough, just to bring everyone kind of up to speed on what are these 4 games. So the first 3, Sonic 1 Forever, CD Restored, and 2 Absolute, are kind of add-ons to the decompilations. If you don't know what a decompilation is, it's basically fans taking, for instance, with Sonic 1, the 2013 mobile port, and reverse engineering the code so that when put into a different machine, it'll run exactly the same way. So kind of think of it like looking at a cake and trying to figure out the ingredients that went into that cake without actually knowing what the recipe is, and trying to figure out the recipe for yourself. So starting in Sonic 1 Forever here, this is made by Team Forever, of course. It's very, very cool. There are a ton of custom options here. We have, changing how the display looks. We have changing the gameplay. We can turn on the spike bug if we want. We can turn on roll jumping. We can turn on the airspeed cap. We can have infinite lives if we feel like. We can change abilities. We can turn on the elemental shields, which I'll be doing personally. Have the spin dash, insta shield, drop dash, flight cancel, super cancel, Amy's move set for 1 Forever, because she's playable in this one, and all sorts of different visual stuff as well. So, yeah, I guess without further ado, let's go ahead and get started here. But right before we jump into the game, I want you guys to let me know my mic level, the game sound, and Bick's mic level, just to make sure we're all good for you guys. So, I guess, Bick, what is your experience with, I know you said you haven't played Sonic 1 Forever, like, in this capacity before, but what experience do you have with Sonic 1? Like, was it your first Sonic game, or?
In general?
Yeah.
So, I still feel like I'm a pretty new Sonic fan, because I didn't get into it whenever I was a kid. I was, like, almost an adult when I finally made the plunge.
Mm-hmm.
So, Sonic 1 was probably, like, in the middle. I started with, because I was watching Game Grumps play 06, and I was like, I was like, it can't be that bad. Like, I need to try this.
Famous
so
last words.
I made that my first Sonic game intentionally, and then I got Unleashed alongside that, and then I kind of like sort of worked backwards, because then I found out that Sonic 1 and 2 and CD were all digital.
Mm-hmm.
And SA1 and SA2, so I kind of got them all at once and then worked.
Oh, nice.
There.
Just kind of marathon the series from there.
Yeah, and I remember not being able to beat Sonic 1 or 2, and then I beat CD, and then I went back to 2 and beat it, and then to 1. Actually, I think I beat Sonic 2 on mobile first.
Oh, nice.
Because it had the saving,
Oh, absolutely.
The save files. Then I went back and was able to beat the original. So yeah, my Sonic 1 wasn't in the beginning, but I definitely went back and finished it off, and I mean, I really like it. I like all these games. Like, this is just a good time for me. Like, all 4 of these, they just make me happy.
Yeah, that's definitely why I wanted to have you on, because this is just, I mean, everybody knows that the classic games are some of the best, if not the best, to many people. So I figured it'd be a fun little trip down memory lane, plus with Origins Plus on the horizon. I figured it would make sense to sort of do this. So
yeah, it's a good time.
People are saying the audio levels are good, so let's go ahead and get started here. We will be playing Sonic 1 Forever with Amy. Let's go, chat, in 3, 2, 1. Let's play. So, to explain a little bit about how Amy works in Sonic 1 Forever, is she's kind of a combination of Tails and Knuckles. As you saw right there, if you hold up on the controller and press the A button, you can do a giant air boost. Kind of similar to Tails' flight, but it's more of a jump than actual flying. And then additionally, if you press A second time in the air, you can kind of do this hammer glide, which is really cool. And of course, because this is a classic game, we have, rolling, spin dashing, and spin jumping all in full force here. For all 4 of these games, I will be playing on a completed save file, because kind of mirroring Sonic Origins, we will have, I would imagine that people would play on their already completed saves with Sonic Origins, so I figured it would make sense to do that here. Plus, we can show off some super forms as we go through this game. But
I forgot you could do that on Origins.
Oh yeah, that you have a save
I think
file?
I've just like started a new one every time. I think that's so I can like redo special stages or something.
Oh, gotcha. Well, isn't that it's been so long since I've actually played Origins in any capacity, just because I've had all 4 of these.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I haven't played it since the video either.
Oh my god. I don't actually know if there are save. I would imagine that there is at least a save for... Oh yeah, there is.
Yeah,
but
there are
it's
files.
per character.
Yeah.
Like, you can only have one save file per character, which is kind of weird, but when you think about it, when you play the classic games, like when I would play Sonic 3 and Knuckles, I would have one completed save file for each character, and then if I wanted to start from scratch, I'd just do a no save, so...
And that one still gives you the 3 Knuckles save screen, so you do get the multiple files.
That's pretty weird.
It's like there are two save screens.
Wait,
so like, I think actually, again, it's been so long.
Yeah.
It's been a year since it came out.
Isn't that crazy? Like, we got Sonic Frontiers Update 2 on the horizon as well with Sonic Origins.
I think they're releasing it the same day.
I haven't heard anything about Update 2, have you?
It's just called Sonic's birthday, so it's like it would make sense. It would be weird if they didn't put it out on his birthday, but at the same time, it's going to compete with Origins Plus.
I mean, I imagine both. Well, because that's the interesting thing, because Origins Plus is the $10, and then the Frontiers update is free. It makes me wonder.
It's it's Sega versus Sonic Team on this, I think. I think Sonic Team actually is just like, we just want to fix our game for Frontiers, and they have a little more freedom. I think they just had to do like the deluxe edition thing. That's probably like internal agreements with Sega to make enough money or something. But it's funny because these are so substantial. I might not even mind paying a little bit of money for them because they're changing so much. Whereas, you know, $10 for Amy and some emulated ROMs.
Emulated ROMs of games that have been very accessible for a long time is kind of...
Yeah,
like,
and I mean,
yeah.
Go ahead. As its own collection, like there are a lot of classic collections that are probably like $10, $20 and have about 10, 12 games. I'm thinking like Castlevania collection, Mega Man Legacy collection, all that stuff. So that's fine. It's just that it was already $40 and people were already a little concerned about that. So
yeah, it almost feels like the Origins Plus stuff is what is coming in what would have been in the deluxe edition. Because I'm pretty sure the deluxe edition was like $10 more than the regular version was.
Yeah, it was 5 or 10. I think it was like 40 and 45.
Oh, wow.
Maybe 40 and 50. Yeah, let me take a look.
Wow. Need420. Thank you so much for gifting 2 subs to the community. If you just got a sub from Need420, be sure to give him some Stelmo Pogs and Stelmo Hearts. Enjoy those gems and all the emotes that go along with it. And thanks for supporting the stream, man. I appreciate you. But talking a little bit about what's going on screen here is now we're in Marble Zone. And as you can see, one of the custom options is to actually restore the prototype UFOs on the outdoors. So you'll be seeing that as we run out here. But I guess we did talk a little bit about Sonic 1 in the preamble, Bick. But where does it rank in these 4 games? What would you say? And we can do it with each game. Where does Sonic 1 rank from 1 to 4? With 1 being the best, I suppose.
Right. Yeah. Well, I guess. Yeah, it's probably a cold take to say that it's probably 4th, but or like that's the lowest, I suppose.
Yeah.
I still quite enjoy it. I probably enjoy it more than most, I feel, but yeah, I would say that it's the experimental piece, trying to understand the classic formula. Even though CD is more experimental and deviates hardcore, but I like it for a very different reason.
Gotcha.
But Sonic 1, yeah, you know, it's playing itself. It's playing a hand it doesn't quite know it has yet, and I kind of like that about it. Sometimes, like, I'll play Sonic 2 or 3, and it's like, I'm like, this is too polished. Like, I need something strange.
You know what I need more in Sonic games? Mario. Give me Marble Zone.
Like, sometimes it's refreshing to play something that's like, you know what, they thought this was a great idea back then. They didn't know anything else, and I respect the ambition, and I'm not going to get this again. So it's like, there are other water levels, but there's not another labyrinth zone. It's not like that. They're not going to do that again. And so
it's too bad they learned from it.
Yeah. So in a way, it's like, you kind of get that whenever you've played the good stuff so long, you forget like how weird it used to be at one point, and it has its own charm. So
for sure,
I kind of like that about it.
To me, as kind of like moving on, I guess in terms of my ranking, I would definitely rank it 3rd. I don't want to spoil too much until we actually get to the next games, like why it's better or worse than something, but I would put Actually, you know what? I won't spoil it. Stay tuned if you want to hear my random Sonic fan game.
I probably
man's
already know the
opinion.
order.
Yeah, it's pretty. I would say I'm not. I can't say not being cookie cutter over here.
We know you're number one.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy one to guess. Any classic fan is, you know, you got a 50-50 shot on what their favorite number one is. But who knows? Maybe Sonic Superstars could easily. Easily send it, you know.
Yeah,
it's looking
there's something
fantastic.
in there.
Yeah, I'm real excited, especially how much of a fan I am of the gems. The fact that the Chaos Emeralds give you unique powers, and there's even like a little power wheel.
Yeah, it's like a Mega Man weapon wheel.
Yeah, a Mega Man weapon? From which Mega Man game?
11, they added one in.
Oh,
but,
I've never. I'm an X guy, so I've only played Mega Man 2 from the classic series, but
sure. So 11 had actually like the same type of screen where you get to test your weapons out too, as what Superstars has.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet. They do have that.
Yeah,
that's
that was
really
the
cool.
first game to add it. So it was like, oh well, this is some. It's 2.5D. It's running with the. Well, we don't know what the soundtrack exactly sounds like yet, but there's a lot of parallels to it. Now they've got all the gems have well, I guess emeralds are kind of gems, but yeah, all the emeralds having their own ability.
Yeah, I think it's like some sort of lore. At least I know this is something that Chaos and Chaos X and I agree on, is that since I mean it's pretty implied, if I can get my thought out here, it's pretty implied that the gems are supposed to be like fragments ish of the Chaos Emeralds because they're the exact same colors. And, you know, just the idea of getting to use different powers. I don't know if that's what they were going for in 06, but I mean...
That's a good question. Why did they create gems?
Instead of just having, like, as you collected emeralds throughout the story. But I guess maybe they didn't want that so that the different characters could swap emeralds at a moment's notice, and, like, gameplay-wise, you wouldn't...
And they wanted to utilize the shop, so maybe it was just like a technicality thing. They had to make a different name for it, even though it's like the same thing gameplay-wise.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Those roller dudes are the fucking worst.
A giant blue chicken from behind.
Yeah. No matter how many times I play Sonic 1, Springyard always gets me with those guys. They come out of nowhere. The widescreen definitely helps, but like, come on.
Yeah, I think if you jump, actually no, I think they still hurt you.
Yeah, I don't think you're invincible while they're rolling as well. It's getting a taste of your own medicine, I guess.
It might be. It's like the only thing that rolls, like ever. What the heck else does that in like other games too?
Doesn't? I mean, I guess if you count the Moto bug, it sort of has the wheel that rolls, but
true. But yeah,
I don't know.
Actually curls into a ball and like, dude, he was spin dashing before us.
That's true, because Spin Dash wasn't in Sonic 1. What's up, a catch-up? Yep, we're playing as Amy in Sonic 1 Forever. Very cool. This is like a custom Amy that the Forever team created specifically for this game, and she's super fun to play as throughout there.
I think Viola says they were a big fan of me earlier. I forgot to say thank you for that.
Yeah, hey.
Thank you.
I think it's not a cold take to be a fan of Bickuribox here. Definitely one of my favorite YouTubers for sure. So I'm super excited that you're able to join us.
I'm glad to be here. I was bummed that I got so busy. I started missing these so much.
Hey, yeah, you know, it's okay. I'm always here, live at 9 a.m. CST normally, every Monday through Friday.
How long are the streams normally?
I
usually said that you increased them a little bit.
I do try to run them 4 hours. Since you know it's my job now, I figure 4 hours is a good time, and then you know get the chance to still edit and everything, because that is, as you know, the biggest part of the job. Playing the game's the easy part.
Yeah, same.
But yeah, I had a challenge for my chat from earlier today. Those who were here and have watched the first part of Legacy of Solaris, how long do you think it took me from start to finish to edit that video? Because it I did it all in one shot, which I definitely don't recommend doing. 13 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours. Pretty close. Yeah. If you include distractions, which I would say is fair, it took me 8 hours from start to finish to do that. Most of that time was spent on those graphics. You know, I don't recommend doing graphics for your video, because no matter whether they're good or bad, they still take a long time. So I wouldn't
No.
recommend it unless you have some sort of graphic design stuff. Very high quality video, good work. Oh, thank you, Cookie. I appreciate it. Seems people are really enjoying it, but enough about me. Let's see. Can we get the inside scoop on the next journey for bickuribox on YouTube?
The inside scoop, like what the next video is gonna be.
Yeah, what's the
Well, it's
the 411 on bickuribox.
the triple delayed update 1 for Frontiers. Yeah.
Oh no.
So yeah, I'll be able to get it out like right before Origins Plus comes out, so I can just go straight into working on that. Well, you know, fingers crossed, I guess.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I can't put it out after. I mean, I could put it out after update in a year. It doesn't matter.
You could,
what's
yeah.
punctual, but it would make more sense for me to, because I don't know how long I don't know how big update 2 is even going to be. It might be quick. Will it even be significant enough to do a video? Probably.
Yeah, who knows? Oh, if there's the physics change that they were hinting at, then yeah, I'm sure there will be plenty of videos.
I have to play through on Extreme again.
Oh god, Extreme
changes.
with the physics changes? My goodness.
Yeah. Although, it probably wouldn't even change that much.
Yeah.
It doesn't change the combat at all.
Yeah, that's true.
Unless they're changing the combat, which I don't think they are. I think it's just physics, in which case, then all the speed moments that aren't a part of the difficulty are unchanged, so.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. That's first death. maybe I should have turned on that infinite lives thing. I did see a question in chat. What do you think is the best or worst spin dash in the Sonic series?
Oh, shoot. There's like the different types.
Yeah, I guess, classic spin dash, the Adventure 1 spin dash,
3D.
Adventure 2. I mean, I think it's not uncommon to think that the best spin dash in history is easily Adventure 1. Not in terms of, like, balance, but because it's just so extraordinarily overpowered and just completely breaks everything is what makes it.
It's weird that it's weird in a cool way. They thought to, like, because in the classics, you can't spin dash while moving, but then in Adventure, they just flip that script right away.
Yeah. Yeah, the spin dash, I think what I'm about to say may be more of an interesting discussion point is I think that in terms of, if I'm looking at from a balance perspective, I actually prefer Adventure 2's spin dash to Adventure 1.
I mean, being able to spam it is a bit much.
Yeah, but that's the interesting thing is, like, a lot of people really like being able to do that with the spin dash.
Yeah,
which,
well, it feels pretty good.
It does feel pretty good to spam it, unless you spam it too fast and accidentally air cancel or some shit. Adventure 1.
Sure, yeah.
You do the speedrunner thing of doing a big skip there. Again, talking about what's on screen real quick. Doing the spin dash hammer jumps are really fun, and this is actually a unique path for Labyrinth Zone from the mobile port. It was sort of intended for Knuckles and Tails to take, but you actually can take it as Sonic, because if you fall down that pit and hit the switch that opens the door, if you walk back up, there's a platform that takes you across to the upper path, which is kind of interesting.
Let me double check something. I swear I've done that in the original.
I don't know if it's in the original. I thought it was
in my here. Let me go to my old Sonic 1 review.
Oh, baby.
It's in there. I think that was one of my main redeeming point, or cool little things about Labyrinth Zone.
It's too bad it's only in Act 1. There's not anything. You can do it in 1991. Okay, I thought that path was custom to
It's totally something they would add. It's like how in Chemical Plant, like that area before the boss up high has been totally expanded in the mobile version.
Isn't that
just
like
so
sort of a
much more.
reference in Mania with where the special ring is at the end of Act 2? Going through the wall there? Is that what you mean?
Exactly it. Yeah, it's like whenever you spin dash backwards up the slope to get into the part that skips the deadly water section, and then they just extended it way further with more lives and rings and loops.
Gotcha. I don't know if I've ever taken that path. Who knows? Yeah, he does it again.
Yeah.
The man, the myth, the legend. Oh my goodness.
I work alone.
But going back to that question, best spin dash, pretty easy to say. What do you think is the worst?
Worst spin dash. Retail 06. too easy to say.
Yeah, you're right. That's too easy. I
Shadow?
genuinely, even though I just did Legacy of Solaris, I completely forgot the spin dashes in Retail 06.
Yeah.
Especially because
Like
it's just with
Shadow's
Sonic.
Chaos Blast.
Yeah. You mean Shadow's like Chaos Toot instead?
His Chaos animation.
Yeah. Oh, what
Chaos
a shame.
pose.
Yeah, it is a kind of a neat pose though. When you look at it, it's just too bad that it's
no shortage of good ideas in that game.
Yeah, I always like think about like the womp womp sound effects when you do Chaos Blast.
Oh yeah.
In that
Wow.
womp womp. It's like all the enemies laugh at you.
And then cuts to PO6.
Yeah.
My goodness.
The hardest transition in history.
That's why Shadow was smiling in the previous build.
Yeah. Yeah, what do you think made him grumpy between the Shadow and Silver release? All the complaints about the slow combat, maybe?
Probably, dang, were there that many still? Probably Silver taking the spotlight, maybe.
That's true. Yeah, he's no longer the... He got all of these cool changes in the Silver release, but...
Yeah. He's still my favorite, but yeah, Silver's awesome.
Yeah, it's... Ooh, man. I'm very excited to see what Chaos is going to do in this patch. This is like one of a lot bigger of a patch, too. It's not just like, oh, he's hotfixing some stuff. He's changing some level design and a lot of how characters operate and things. So I think even though it's not like adding any new content, like any big new content from 06 to P06, I think it's still going to be really worthwhile.
That sounds awesome. Okay, yeah, so he is going to do a patch like he did with the Shadow release.
It's just taking a bit longer because, you know, kind of like you said in your Silver review, like Silver is a character that's based in physics, so like when there are issues with him, it takes longer to change.
Yeah, of course.
You know, because instead of just manipulating physics to his advantage like Sonic and Shadow do, you know, he's
holding objects,
physics incarnate,
throwing them, and you have two different environmental objects trying to interact with each other.
Yeah.
It's tough. He said that like coding physics was like the hardest thing for him, and so it's like, yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
Especially in a game like that. I know a lot of the stuff he took from the adventure games, which, I mean, of all games to take, is probably not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Because Adventure 1 and Adventure 2 are great in that regard in terms of feel.
Are those his... Like, I don't know what games he grew up with, because I know he's a Sonic fan from youth, right?
I think so. I think his first game was Sonic 1, actually.
Cool.
Like, from remembering that, so shoutouts to Chaos X, I guess.
Yeah, he's the original.
And
started fixing
Sonic
06 before he played it. I'll never forget.
Yep, never forget. On a potato, no less.
What a legend! Holy.
But to give a little bit of credence, not to undermine anything that he's done, but there is no shortage of material on the internet. Fixing Sonic 06, so.
Yeah, no, I saw... I don't really interact too much in the social avenues on the community stuff, but then like I'll get like a glimpse into the overwhelming noise that it must be as a creator to change something. Because I mean, I get that, but I'm just like making a, funny little video, so I think people are less critical and less offering suggestions because they're like, well, it's just its own thing, or they're not really thinking about that. But whenever it's a game that's in development, people are way more inclined to offer feedback that's more like, well, maybe you should change this.
Yeah, and I think Chaos has done a really great job in terms of, a very good balance of sticking to his guns in terms of what he thinks is best, because at the end of the day, it is his project, and his opinion is the only one that matters.
Yeah,
I'm sorry to say to all the people out there, if you feel strongly about P06, but ultimately it's his choice. And if you want to, the Internet Archive does have all of the previous builds on it. So, if you want to, play P06 with the high jumps, you still can. It's not gone, not lost forever. Oh my goodness.
You are determined to get this trick down.
I think I'm having the defension of insanity happen right now.
It's like, I don't know if there's any... We need some vertical screen, widescreen.
Yeah, well, I think Amy's hammer jump's just a little bit too high there that clips me into that spike, because, I mean, to be fair, it is a spike. This isn't like, you know, Super
Yeah.
Metroid where the spikes aren't on until you turn the power on or something, but...
Yeah.
I don't know if you get that reference. I don't know how big of a Metroid fan you are.
I have played Super Metroid quite a few times, but it's been a little bit now.
Yeah, there's an area called the wreck ship, and in the wreck ship, like, you defeat the ghost boss.
Okay, yeah.
And the ghost boss turns the power on. But there's a secret avenue that you can go into to collect a missile pack, and there are spikes there, and if you don't eat Phantoon first before you get it, you can just walk on the spikes. They're not on for whatever reason.
But, yeah, I think that sounds familiar.
Thankfully, didn't get the game over there. A bit embarrassing, especially with super form. But honestly, it's kind of hard to fully utilize super character in Sonic 1. The stages are obviously not built for it and not really long enough.
Green Hill is very, very short whenever you just have a spin dash.
Yeah, very true.
That's why so many levels in Sonic 2 are probably horizontal, because they were like, we have to accommodate for this new ability.
Yeah.
This is our best solution right now.
It is a lot more fun to move horizontally in a Sonic game as well than vertically, I must say. Well, it does depend on the character, of course, but when they made Sonic 2, you know, like Amy here is fantastic to use in Sonic 1 with how vertical a lot of the levels are. But also the team had, you know, ages and ages to create Amy for the Sonic 1 levels that have existed since 1991. So
yeah,
it makes sense that she plays very well in there. Is Amy crying when she goes down the slide? Honestly, I didn't look at the animation that much.
Oh,
how do you get
I didn't look
super?
either.
You can collect the 7 Chaos Emeralds. So in the options menu, you can change between 6 or 7 Chaos Emeralds being available, and if you have 7, if you collect them all in Sonic 1, you can go super. But for the sake of that, this is, you know, kind of supposed to mirror Origins Plus in a way. I figured it would make sense to play on a completed save file. And, you know, we've seen the special stages. I'm not providing any new content by playing any of the special stages in these games, even though yeah. Amy, I guess spoiler warning, I don't think I've said it yet, but Amy is only playable in Sonic 1 forever of these 4 projects that I'm playing at the moment. Since the Forever team also makes Sonic 2 Absolute, hopefully she'll be available to play in as well. But, I don't know. It'd be cool. Game devs will never escape people demanding shit. Yeah. I think the hard thing is just that anybody can critique your game in whatever way they can. You know, not everyone is socially... I'm not saying I am by any stretch of the animation, but like, you know, in terms of how to give proper feedback, a lot of times it could just be, you know, like a 10-year-old that downloaded PO6 and then went to Twitter and was like, Chaos, put this in the game, you know? I was like that when I was 10. Yeah, dude, give Shadow a gun. I want to blast these guys.
Yeah, where are the black arms?
Dude, they were my favorite characters as a kid.
Yeah, it's like that exists. The opinion exists.
The opinion does exist, yeah.
You will no other place will you find that than in the Sonic fandom.
Yeah,
every opinion that can exist does.
Yeah, I promise you, you are not the only one.
Yeah,
that's definitely a pet peeve of mine.
I play Shadow enough. I kind of like him.
Like Shadow 05.
Yeah.
Really?
Like, you know, if I play the game enough, you know what? The black arms are cool. For that
Stockholm syndrome.
I'm like, yeah, I got it works for it.
You know what? Has Shadow seen that blue sky before?
Yeah. I'm like, you know what, dude?
You might be right.
Yeah. It's funny because like there are moments where the game is like super over the top, but it's like it's honestly most of the time it doesn't really go into that hard. It's like
I do
really
wish that
like,
they kind of winked at you though. You know, kind of like what I've never played Metal Gear Rising, but I've seen some gameplay of it, and like they put Raiden in a sombrero. It's like
amigos, yeah,
that's just like a we know. we know what we're doing.
That was the post. I'm trying so hard not to overuse the word edge.
Yeah, the post-edge era. I get you.
Yeah. So like in 2005, it was cool. And honestly, if you're a fan of the era, it still is. But
yeah,
it's because like, you know, I see that stuff and I'm just like, Like I love the opening to the game. It makes me like I would have loved this as a kid. Absolutely.
Yeah, I will say that "I Am All Me" is one of my favorite Crush 40 songs.
Me
Like,
too. It's what.
It's not even a guilty pleasure. It's
No,
just,
I love it. Yeah.
I love
remember-
the opening so much.
I remember buying it, downloading it for the first time, and just like listening to it on repeat. And then I was like, from there, I just slowly accrued the rest of the Crush 40 catalog, and was like,
Mm-hmm.
would,
Yeah, I
like,
guess since
listen
you
to it
started with
before exercise.
06, you didn't grow up with Live and Learn or Open Your Heart or anything.
Yeah, I didn't grow up with. I all I had was, I actually did play 06. There was a hotel. They had an Xbox in like the lobby or something.
Really, an
And so-
06 is what they chose.
I don't know what year it was. It might have been like 08 or something. But I just remember my mom was there with me, and we were both like, "Yo, these graphics!" Because we watched the opening. So it was like, we're like, "This is Sonic."
Oh, yeah. Like the
Yeah,
JRPG shit
yeah.
that happens at the
Final
beginning of the
Fantasy
game.
intro. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, dude. Yeah, it was mind blowing to us.
Yeah.
Still a great looking intro.
Yeah,
And-
to this day, all of the CG content notwithstanding, all of the CG cutscenes look very nice. Except,
Yeah, and-
I don't know if this is something that's contested, but I think the shadow in Silver when they enter Aquatic Base, I think looks odd
Yeah.
to me.
I think all of the ones that aren't the intro are like rendered in a lower. They're just lower quality for some reason that I can't explain because I don't know the inner workings.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
You're right. They are off. The first one is like just like they probably made that one first, so it has the highest
Yeah.
budget.
Yeah.
But yeah. I agree
Game
with
models
that.
were used for those? Is there like proof of that? Because it doesn't
Actually,
look like
might
the
have been
in-game models.
mocapped. Could have been. I think I heard someone say that, but
I don't know how when it comes to creating renders and animation and stuff, I have very little knowledge, so I didn't know that they could just use the game models for that, and I guess there's just a filter over it or something, or
yeah, maybe it's like a rendered in game and then they animated over it or something. I don't know.
yeah.
But yeah,
Well, like the in-game cutscenes, like shadow kicking Silver in the head. I know that's like real time using the game engine and then mocapped. But I thought the actual entrance after they go through the portal and like fall down and see the explosion is what I'm talking about.
yeah, where they go to the past, they steal
Yep.
Solaris. I remember that being so. I know we're talking about. Well, you know, you're a PO6 streamer.
Yeah,
we can
it's
talk
fine.
about 06 without,
It's fine. I figured that it would devolve eventually. But real quick, if I can stop you on that tangent just for a moment,
Oh,
I'm
yeah, we're
actually
almost done.
talking a little bit about what's going on in the game right now. I actually avoided taking the shortcut here in Scrap Brain 3 because if you see right up in this hole here, there's the unused goggles item that you can equip with any of the characters, and it allows you to breathe underwater, just like the bubble shield. There's actually an achievement you get, and you lose them if you get hit, which I just lost them, but it's a little factoid the Forever team put in that I always like to share.
That's pretty cool.
Now I'm
Yeah,
going to restart
that
because I don't
stuff's
want to play Scrap Brain 3 the intended way. Anyway, what if you remember what you were
Oh
gonna-
yeah, I remember that being because back to when I saw the 06 intro, there's that whole line with Silver like, "I finally found him, the Iblis Trigger," and it's
Yeah.
like, oh, like who's this? I mean, I hadn't seen much Sonic before, but
Yeah.
I was like, who's this? You know, this white silver hedgehog, and like whenever I first played the game. I remember that being like a cool line and kind of like there was a little bit of mystery there, like what is his deal? And then
Yeah.
not realizing that comes full circle at that moment when he's carrying Elise after she gets sealed with it. It's like there's like so little fanfare to it. Like I didn't even put it together for years.
Yeah, that Silver is kind of... I would say that's sort of something that 06 does well. I don't like the story, and to be frank, I'm quite exhausted talking about it with how many times I've discussed it. But just to I guess put a bow on it, I think I agree with Pariah. I don't know how much you've watched Pariah 695 or if you've watched
Yeah,
them
I'm
at all.
familiar
but-
with his work, but
But
yeah, I don't know if I've
yeah,
seen
I
that one.
really
Yeah,
enjoy
me
his
too.
videos. And in his story of 06 video, he talks about how he thinks that 06 does it the best with the mystery element. Like
Sure.
when you're playing a different story. And,
Oh, yeah,
and that kind
yeah.
of thing. And like, you know, I finally found him the Iblis Trigger, which is, you know, the opening when you play Sonic's story and everything. I find that really cool. And Like how when you play Silver Story, you actually get an answer to that question. You know, it makes me want to play the other stories. Because like in Adventure 2 sort of had that, but Adventure 2 was more of a case that they wrote a story and then split it into 2 parts. Like 06's story definitely seems like it was supposed to be 3 separate narratives that all... Your mileage may vary on the quality of it, but all merge together in the end to, you know, some effect.
I think I saw a video where someone like put all the cutscenes in chronological order.
Is that even possible with all the time travel?
How do you like chronological in terms of like what happened first, but not in the timeline first?
Yeah,
that would have to be the one distinction.
Yeah,
either way, it was like 3 hours.
I think that's kind of weird. Like I just said, like I think they intended it to be viewed as 3 segments.
Yeah.
So I feel like watching it in chronological order, unless you're watching like Snapcube's fan dub or something, you'd lose some of the magic. Versus like Adventure 2, where the story is much better when viewing it in chronological order, and things make a lot more sense that way. Hey, there we go. So unsurprisingly, ranting through Sonic 1, completing it with Amy here.
We were talking about both Sonic the Hedgehogs. It's okay.
That's true. At the same time. Yeah, we get a little custom animation here. I'll be excited to see how Amy plays, because I think Origins Plus and Superstars, Amy's gonna play the same way, but hey, there we go with Sonic 1 Forever giving us a little fanfare.
Yeah.
But moving on to the next game is Sonic CD. This is Sonic CD Restored. So, if you never played, let me actually... Game we're playing. Sonic...
L-egg.
Sonic CD. I guess I can say that I am with you.
You can't spell egg without GG.
Very true.
If that's not in the next Sonic game, I'll still buy it, but...
That's the next Eggman rap.
Yeah.
But regardless, what we're hopping into is Sonic CD Restored. So Sonic CD Restored basically does what Sonic 1 Forever did. It's a little bit more obtuse to set up than Sonic 1 Forever, but I definitely think it's worth it. There is actually a tutorial online that I followed that, if I remember, I'll put in the description for the inevitable YouTube video that comes out of this. But it adds a whole bunch of options, and it kind of took a lot of smaller mods that people made for Sonic CD and put them into one giant mod here. So if we look in the options menu, we have 8 pages of settings that we can change, you know. Just like we had this drop dash, super peel out, insta shield, flight cancel for playing as Tails, the glide, time limit, time travel overhaul, which is one of my favorite mods. This was a separate mod. No game audio. That's weird. Let me check real quick. Do we have game audio now, chat? Gotta go back out. Oh my gosh. Yes, okay, great. We're all good. Anyway, so Sonic CD Restored. It uses the decompilation of Sonic CD, the 2011 version of Sonic CD, and overhauls it with a bunch of new stuff. So, like I just said here, we got 8 pages of options. We can change our spin dash type, enable the drop dash, super peel out. We can have the shield type if we want the elemental shields. That's from the Shields Plus mod. That was an older mod that eventually made its way into CD Restored. Time travel overhaul, one of my favorite mods as well. We can have the roll-off bug. We can either turn that on or turn that off, kind of like the spike glitch. You can choose when you start. So if you want to start all the stages in the past, you can. You can change different sprites that you want to use, your HUD style, all of this stuff, which is really cool. But let's go ahead and get started here with Sonic CD on a main file. Now, one thing I do want to mention is, of course, most people know that there isn't a super form normally in Sonic CD. But with Sonic CD Restored, they enabled something called the Miracle form, which is a super form. So we'll probably be seeing that through here, but...
no emeralds, so they can't call it supersonic.
Yeah, they're time stones. But to show off the time travel overhaul really quick, what it is when you pass a sign, You don't. So normally in Sonic CD, as I'm sure most of you know, is when you gain enough speed, you will start time traveling, and then there's a timer, and if your speed gets interrupted, you lose the ability to travel back to the past. The time travel overhaul is a lot more deliberate. You have to do a super peel out or a spin dash to activate time travel, and the time travel activates a lot faster. It also removes the cutscene, just making things a lot more snappy here in Sonic CD Restored. It's a feature I like. I know some people like the original Sonic CD way to time travel, but that's the beauty of the CD Restored mod, is you can just turn it off back to the original time travel if you so desire.
Yeah.
But I guess to continue on the trend here, Bick, where does Sonic CD rank in your pantheon of classic Sonic games?
So, let me think. I do want to do a video on this eventually. So I might play a little close to the chest. Let's see. But I think of the 4 classic games. Oh yeah, I forgot. Do you want to stream in Discord?
I will. Yeah, sorry. I just thought about that while you were talking.
Yeah. I just realized there was silence when I wasn't talking. I'm like, this sounds weird.
Yeah, I'll do that after I finish Palm Tree Panic here.
Yeah, this I think this one is actually my favorite.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Because of it's one of the few times where it's like, I'll play through Sonic 2 or 3 Knuckles and I'm like, yeah, most of the levels are better, but it's almost like it's more than that now because I love the vibe and like the kind of zany structure of CD and like experiencing the zones in the different times and the music changes, and I'll be like, what the heck is this? Going to Tidal Tempest in the past, and then like the water changes and there's like a new platform moving formation. It's like, what the heck is going on?
Yeah, how there's like 3 different versions of each act.
Yeah, and obviously the soundtrack speaks for itself.
Japanese soundtrack is actually, while we're on the topic, a cool feature. I believe this is just normal 2D decomp, like you don't need mods. You can actually change the soundtrack on the fly from the pause menu. It's really
That's cool. Yeah, that is a nice feature if you just want to switch it up. That's actually really handy.
Yeah, it is really handy. They also, I believe the mods add my fusion stuff, where it takes like some of the tracks from US, some from CD. I think even some from the European version, which I think had slightly different music. I'm not a Sonic CD expert, so I'm not entirely sure about that, but
yeah, I think Japanese and European was the same, and then US was all, aside from the past music, new. Because it was burned into the disc, or maybe not the disc, something. It was burned into something.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Unable to change. They couldn't take it out of the game, but all the other stuff could be. I think that's because because the past music is meant to sound old, so they recorded it like.
Yeah, they use the. I think it's just straight up the Genesis.
Right.
Like the part of the Sega CD is what uses the past music.
And that's why they couldn't take it out, because it wasn't based on the CD.
Yeah. It's like, the past music is kind of the best.
Yeah.
Little did we know we were listening to the Japanese soundtrack at the time.
Yeah.
Well, I actually had first experienced CD on the Gems collection because I guess since you kind of talked about your origins with Sonic, I began Sonic with Sonic 2 on the Sonic Mega collection. My parents bought my older brother and I a GameCube, and because I was too young to go into the GameStop, they let my brother go in, and he grabbed Sonic Mega Collection and Sonic Adventure 2. To be honest with you, this day, I don't know why. He had never played a Sonic game before. And
Crazy.
The 2 free games they let him get were he chose both Sonic games, which was kind of interesting.
Huh.
But I started with playing Sonic 2 as Tails, and then quickly we went over to Adventure 2 because we were like, ooh, what's this cool 3D title?
Yeah, of course.
So I later got Sonic Gems Collection and played Sonic CD for the first time, and it's a game.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I probably have more of the majority opinion in that it's my least favorite of the classic lineup. The level design, I think, can be really frustrating, especially as we go later into the game. And even I do appreciate the experimental aspect of it. But I can't get over Stardust Speedway. I have
I have to I stick to the top and really just try to like spin dash jump all the slopes.
Yeah, it just feels like when you're stuck in Stardust Speedway, you are stuck in Stardust Speedway.
took me years until I saw in a video or a comment about how you have to flip the panels to make the background and foreground shift. That's why you can't get past like certain walls.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, there's a picture. Yeah, that like the yellow sign
have to see
with,
it when we get there.
with a blue circle on it. That's Sonic in a ball. They're telling you to jump into it.
Oh.
Yeah, right?
I would have never.
Right?
I didn't even know that
maybe
that
you
existed.
won't get stuck now.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe. Oh man, CD's now my favorite Sonic game. YouTube
Next
video.
stream.
I've had a change of heart.
Everything is changed.
Stelmo, show us the miracle formula. Tell me what to do with my stream.
But yes.
Anyway, I'll show out the miracle form. We need 50 rings. It operates exactly like Supersonic. And to talk a little bit about what's going on with the shield monitors here, that's the Shields Plus mod, which is integrated into CD Restored. If you have it on, it just rotates between the classic shield and the elemental shields. So you don't they didn't put specific shields in certain points in the stages. You just get to pick which one you get to use, which is honestly kind of fun, especially with CDs, as you put it, big zany level design.
Yeah.
Here we go. Here's the miracle form. It's pretty neat. Pink Sonic, and we get to hear Toot Toot Sonic Warrior. Great name.
Oh, it's a fitting choice.
Yeah, cool thing is we still get to use the elemental shields, but, well, of course, as you would expect with any sort of super form, we do get invincibility, some cool animations, and we drain 1 ring a second. I command you to have fun and enjoy yourself? Never. That's not allowed. What's up, Sprats? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Oh, here we go in Collision. Why does Collision Chaos look so weird? Oh, I forgot that about this mod. Wait, why are we in the future?
Oh, because you already have all the emeralds, so you're...
Oh, this is Collision Chaos. I'm an idiot. I'm not used to it having all the time zones. So I'm playing on a complete file, so this is good future
I'm
Collision
not used
Chaos.
to it either.
Yeah.
I've never seen it. Aside from
yeah, this is my first time seeing this for sure. Yeah, I honestly sort of prefer the
terrifying US.
Yeah, the terrifying
theme.
US music, but I can't help but smile with the boss music.
The contrasting vibes are just a joke on its own.
Yeah. Granted, I will say that this definitely fit, like when you're in the bad future, the menacing track fits a lot more, but I mean, I see this music being, oh boy, here we go. Not very good at the pinball physics here. We might be here for a minute.
It happens. But I think this is usually what I do. Yeah, I just go in the middle and then...
Yeah, are these bumpers? Are those bumpers there in the bad future? I don't recall these like... Or what are they called?
Oh,
like when they're the circles?
Set.
Yeah. So like we have the two like pinball paddles here. And then these bumpers right here. Are those in the bad future? It's just like Sonic Frontiers. Amazon, don't remind me of that. One pinball minigame at a time. I can't with Frontiers pinball.
Yeah.
The disdain on my face when I encountered that the first time, I was very, very
like
upset.
before you had even
before I even looked at the score total, I was like, this is gonna be a trip, isn't it? Yeah, Amazon's our resident mention what Stelmo hates viewer, so oh god. I want to make the rage happen. I may start raging here in a minute. I'm having some trouble here. I didn't even know these spikes were down here. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
This is definitely an I'm streaming
moment.
Moment. But I guess we can use this time. I will commend the creativity when it comes to the boss fights in this game.
Yeah, I think they're cool.
I kind of dig it more than the standard 8 hits. Well, granted, the standard 8 hits, it's over a lot quicker in many cases. it's still kind of cool too, where the boss is more of a puzzle than the...
Yeah, like, you can beat this boss in, like, 20 seconds, potentially.
Yeah, but it's not just based on, whether the hitbox is correct or, if you figured the pattern out. It's actually kind of like a challenge, which I appreciate, and why I think, like, Perfect Chaos and Sonic Generations is my favorite Sonic boss fight.
Yeah,
because it's
awesome.
more of a level and more of a puzzle than, a traditional platformer boss.
Yeah,
Here we go, Title
Sonic
Tempest.
works best like that. Yeah, this just eye candy for me.
Oh yeah, I love Title Tempest present. I love the track too. Additionally,
Yeah.
CD Restored adds this fun little animation to Sonic when he's underwater, kind of swimming here. Ooh, how do I escape? We may have a drown death here. Oh, there we go.
Nice.
I forgot that the drowning music isn't in this game.
I know. They didn't even add it back in for the US one, contrary to the music.
Yeah, that's true.
They're
Ooh,
like,
with how much more
they took
menacing
away
that
the
is.
drowning music. We have to make the most insane game over and boss thing to counteract this choice.
Yeah, I don't know if anything beats colors though. I almost like want to drown Sonic in that game with how well orchestrated the drowning drowning theme is. Yo, what's up, Oyasumi? Welcome to the stream. We're currently doing the real Sonic Origins with Mr. bickuribox on comms. Cat Jam? I could see a Cat Jam to this. You could Cat Jam to pretty much any song in CD's soundtrack. The Japanese one, anyway.
Yeah, honestly, probably a Collision Chaos Bad Future with the boom, 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 boom.
Oh, yeah.
That's always a head bobber.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Oh, my goodness. I didn't really have a lot of talking points for CD, I'm going to be honest there.
Nah, it kind of speaks for itself. I just kind of like, after a long day, I haven't played this in a while now, but like it used to be like, I would just do a quick run through CD.
Your go-to game.
If I didn't want like, I didn't have time for something super long, I just wanted to kill like 40 minutes and like feel accomplished for something.
Yeah, that is the nice thing about Sonic games, and honestly kind of a trap. It's hard for me to, when I have like a video rendering or something and just want to have a quick fix. Almost sounds like a drug. I think about it.
Yeah, we have to be careful
of something. Yeah, just booting up a Sonic game. It's okay. I'll just put humorous drug references in the ad survey. for YouTube.
It's no good, Stelmo.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Guess I didn't learn my lesson.
All those years.
All those years.
Sacrifice nothing.
For the first time recently, Haley and I actually watched the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog Christmas special. It was on
nice.
It was on Hulu. I'd never seen it before. It's so
I think I saw it for the first time like a couple years ago too. My friend watched it with me.
That's funny. It's Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. That's for sure.
Yeah. I always get them mixed up. The
Sad AM and
like the more serious one and the more cartoony one.
Yeah. The more serious one is the one with like Princess Sally and all of the Archie characters. I don't actually remember what came first. I'm not that deep in the Sonic paints to know that kind of detail. I'm more of just a games guy. But
yeah, I really don't have that much experience in the shows aside from like actually Sonic X may have been my first exposure to like the character at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like catching that because I would watch the TMNT 4Kids constantly.
Yeah,
so that was on the same channel.
Sonic X definitely Sonic X is like
Where's this going?
No, Sonic X is like, it was so great because they just copied Adventure 1 and Adventure 2's plot lines.
Right.
I'll be honest, like, obviously as an adult, like, it's kind of like they're kind of both just worse versions of Adventure 1 and Adventure 2. From what I remember, it's been a while since I watched it. But, like, as a kid, it was, like, so cool to see. Because, it's kind of like watching Pokemon battles in the Pokemon anime, where it's, like, they just look so much cooler than they do in-game. Like, being able to see, like, Sonic and Shadow versus the Bio-Lizard, or Super Sonic versus Perfect Chaos outside of the game. It was really cool to see when I was younger. I always tuned in for, even if I had seen them before. One thing that does piss me off though is that Japanese viewers got Live and Learn.
Live and Learn, yeah, I was gonna say.
For the Bile-Lizard fight, we just got some generic anime track.
Really hoping the third Sonic movie delivers.
Oh my, dude, it needs to. That's like the biggest complaint. Like it would be criminal for them not to.
I was so pleased with the Mario movie having so many like motifs of Mario music, and I'm like, yeah, oh, it was so good. I cried. No, almost. I had to fight it back. I didn't realize how much Mario meant to me until I was watching that.
I get you. Yeah, the final Brooklyn. Honestly, now that I think about it, that is almost like not note for note, obviously, but kind of like Sonic 1's ending. Like in the main street of the town. And
sure, yeah.
There's like
comes
a
back
super
to the real world.
Yeah.
He's from another dimension.
Yeah. Quartz Quadrant, talking about what's on screen for a second. Quartz Quadrant is actually one of my favorite zones in classic Sonic. I really like this. I like
Me too. This is my favorite level in the game.
I like the music. I like the aesthetics. I like the gimmick with the conveyor belts and stuff. I think it's really fun.
Got a nice piano jam. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, some of my the boss zones in this game, I'm not sure if you know, they have exactly 100 rings in them, so you can get an extra life if you like search all the routes.
Oh.
Yeah, it just barely fits. And the Quartz Quadrant run is usually the one where I get them all in, because I think, and the Palm Tree Panic. But I remember,
did you say collecting all of the rings or just collecting 100?
There's exactly 100 for you to collect.
Act 1 here?
In the boss act.
Oh, interesting.
So you can get like a life before the boss, aside from like some extra ones in there. But I always thought that was cool. Like, they did that on purpose. They had to. It's exactly 100,
put exactly 100 rings. That's cool. I guess they thought the boss was hard or something.
Just something for completionists, I guess.
Yeah. One thing I did want to talk about that we didn't get to was the Tidal Tempest boss.
Oh, yeah.
As easy as it is, I think it's my favorite of like the creative bosses in the game. Even though it's not very hard. Like, it's just kind of cool that he uses like an air bubble shield.
Yeah, it's a we never see this again.
Yeah, no, there's absolutely no way.
It's a cool idea. Yeah, I think it looks like Superstars, more so in the levels, like kind of is taking a little bit of CD inspiration, and I think that's because Oshima is working on it.
Yeah, I did see like obviously the Stardust Speedway tubes in the jungle.
Yeah, it's called Speed Jungle. I'm like,
yeah, I'm trying to stay relatively spoiler free, but I have saw some, of course, just kind of you know, in this business you have to see something.
Yeah, some raw footage doesn't hurt.
Yeah. But it was really cool. I'm excited to see how the music tracks are gonna elevate it.
Very important.
Would you be okay with the classic version of Live and Learn being used in the third Sonic movie, or would you prefer a more modern remix? I mean, I would prefer just Live and Learn. I mean, that would hit the nostalgia heartstrings.
Yeah, even just like a little bit. You don't have to play the whole thing.
Yeah.
Just like
even
whenever
like
the
just
climax
the riff.
hits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The opening riff. But I mean, I would imagine, you know, if they go like what the Mario movie did with having remixes, I mean, that's fine too.
Yeah, an epic orchestral rock would be awesome. But
oh man, if they went like the Unleashed or 06 route and had an orchestral remix play during the final boss, the final boss, during the climax of the movie, that would be unreal.
Yeah, because I guess back to the point, it's kind of unfortunate that the only song we've gotten was Green Hill twice.
Yeah, that's true.
Actually,
that's true.
3 times. They play it in the first
I wonder if
movie
there's weird stuff with licensing, maybe.
I know. How is it that Nintendo has less licensing issues? I mean, it's, you know, the whole movie is allowed by Nintendo, but it's like, you know, Sonic's the king of like basically
video game music, yeah.
And like just letting people use his stuff as long as they don't like, you know, completely monetize it or so, but
yeah. I what you mean. The first movie's trailer had the best version of Green Hill, and they didn't release that. Honestly, Fruits, I don't remember that. It's been way too long.
Yeah, I don't remember either, but
yeah, I imagine kind of like as you know, like, you know, putting Iron Man in Avengers Endgame or something like that. There are tons of videos that put the Sonic music into the movies.
Yeah.
And of course it elevates it.
It's music is very important. You don't realize it until you either change it or put it in, or
yeah. It's kind of amazing the emotional manipulation that can happen with that.
Yeah.
One thing I do want to talk about regarding the game we're actually playing here for a second, is Wacky Workbench. No matter what I've done, I've tried to find a fix for it, and I can't find it. In Wacky Workbench Present, if you go past a certain point of the stage, the decomp just crashes. And I have no idea what causes that. So the fix for it is to, well, go to the future instead. So we're just gonna time travel to the future because for whatever reason, the crash doesn't happen in the future stage. I don't know if it happens in the past stage. Yeah, it's really weird. I don't know. It's like if we pass by it in this run in the future here, I'll make note of where it is. But for whatever reason, I just couldn't figure out what was going on. It's right here. This little part right here, when you hit this bumper, you can see just to the right of Sonic there, the game crashes. I don't know why.
That's so weird.
Yeah, it surprises me with how solid the decomp is otherwise.
Yeah, like, how did that one slip in there?
And the only thing I found is that, obviously, because it's a decomp, you can go in and, like, change the files and everything and, like, remove certain assets and stuff. And one person said to turn off the egg mobile, or to delete the egg mobile, but I tried that and that didn't work. So I'm not entirely sure what does that. A decomp doesn't have that bug? Well, good. Maybe it's a... I tried seeing if it was a CD restored thing, but even on the decomp normally, it bugs out for me.
Is it like a OBS is open type thing and makes the game crash for some reason?
You know what? Maybe, but
I had that with...
That would be wild.
I think Spark the Electric Jester had that, where if you had OBS open and you paused the game, it would just crash.
Really? Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. Was that ever fixed, or is that something that's still present?
Still present as far as I know. I just... Well, switch to Bandicam.
Yeah, switch to Bandicam.
Or
dude, I love that you use Bandicam. That's such a blast from the past.
Yeah, it captures raw, so...
Yeah, Bandicam and uncaptured, or Unreal. Is it Unreal Hypercam 2? Something like that.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, I guess, because you record mostly lossless, right? So...
Yeah, or at least that's kind of what I do. Once I've gone there, I kind of don't want to go back in a way. It's like, 80%. I don't pull all the way to the placebo tab.
Mm-hmm. But, no, I get you. Wait, why did I... Oh, yeah, if you press B in the air, you can cancel super. I forgot about that.
Then I gotta handbrake the files.
Yeah, that's very true. I also found another one, because handbrake doesn't export alpha. So, like, if you want to have transparent backgrounds and stuff. There's another one called Shutter Encoder. I don't know if you've ever used that before.
I think I've heard of that, but I haven't used it.
It seems like it's just like I wouldn't say better Handbrake, because Handbrake has the better UI. But okay. I mean, if you ever need transparent stuff, Shutter Encoder is the way to go, because it took my my Stinger transitions that I have now they were 1 GB. Which is pretty crazy, but, exporting alpha obviously requires a lot of storage for the file to remember the transition and what to get rid of and everything. They reduced it from 1 GB down to 10 megabytes.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Sonic, let's go. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday to you as well, Team Rocket. Welcome to the stream, man. Here we go, another...
stuck at a dead.
Yeah.
Never knew what was being said until read a comment.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. At the what is it? The music that plays whenever you clear a stage. It's like, what the heck is happening?
Oh yeah, I
think it's teleportation. Yeah, but it sounds like he's saying, "Grab in your backpack." Like,
is that what it's from? The teleportation meme is from Sonic CD.
It must be.
Oh god.
But before that, it was just gibberish.
Mm-hmm.
But it was candid gibberish. I just didn't know what to sing along to.
Would you say the Wacky Workbench boss is probably one of the weaker bosses in the game, or do you quite like it?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little, I think they could have done more with it, but I do like how it's like multi-phased. I don't think you see that, actually, I don't think we ever see that in classic Sonic, aside from like a final boss.
Yeah,
like,
I think you're right.
Different layers to it, so
yeah,
that aspect of it is cool.
Sonic 4?
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Classic
The
Sonic.
Classic. Classic Sonic as you remember it. Oh, okay, I want to see if...
Oh, yeah.
It's these guys. These guys.
Those. So they flip, and now can you go back and forth? But yeah.
Oh my god, that's so weird. I never knew that.
Insane.
Why? Oh yeah, the fast music.
I
Dude,
love it.
T-Lopes's. Oh my god.
The
T-Lopes's past rendition from Mania. Ugh. I remember before Mania release, all I did was play that video on repeat. It's so good.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like Studiopolis rocked the world, and then this just brought it down again.
That okay. I got stuck there in like playtesting for so long, but now I understand you're supposed to flip the panel so you can go past
Thank
it.
goodness we remedied this.
Yeah, thank God you're here. Thank you, Bick, for being here. God damn. We would have been here for
For your
hours.
service. Yeah, this part I got. Yeah, I would get stuck there too, and I'm like, what the heck? So I would like find another way around. Never understood.
Yeah, restart the stage. Thankfully,
Just,
the
like,
restart
go up high.
feature is so nice. In
Yeah.
with that. Pocket was bad, 4 was good. Hate me. Sonic Pocket? Like Pocket Adventure?
Pocket Adventure must be what he's talking about. This
Yeah.
one's like the Neo Geo. No, that is Neo Geo.
That is Neo Geo, yeah. What about what was the Sonic Advance port for?
N-Gage. I was just
N-Gage,
thinking about that. Yeah. Yo, I want to play Unleashed on 08 phones.
Oh,
Is there an
For mobile
emulated version of
devices.
that?
There's gotta be. I mean, I guess was Android a thing in 08?
Back then, I mean, this was like right before. I feel like this whole smartphone scene.
Yeah, because I know Android
Came on.
emulators exist. Maybe we just had the iPhone at that point. I don't remember.
We need a decomp for this.
All 6 Pocket Adventure fans are devastated right now. I've never played Pocket Adventure, but it looks like a fun little time. But
Yeah,
I mean,
I'd like to play it one day.
I would only play it on the computer. And in a time
Sure.
before the ports for Sonic 1 and Sonic 2 were available. It would
Yeah, it was sort of like the in-between.
yeah. Yeah, they had the thing where Eggman went from his classic to modern design, and there was also a thing where like with the final boss, I think, you grabbed the Chaos Emerald or something like that. I want to play Unleashed on a pregnancy test. I don't know what that means.
That statement needs a decomp.
Yo, could someone look into that?
Someone else that's not us.
Is that Twitch TOS? Can we decomp the Twitch TOS? Oh my god.
Never underestimate the viewers.
Oh my god. Talking about Sonic 4 though, I don't mind episode 1, and I do enjoy playing through episode 2. I haven't played
I
either
don't
in a
hate them
while.
either.
'Cause I prefer the classics over them entirely. The only issue I have with the series is that it's called Sonic 4, which
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
think
started-
is new info.
Yeah. Started as a mobile port, then became a regular port, and then they're like,
I
well,
did
we're stuck
did
with these.
have a on my phone the original mobile port of Sonic 4, and man, it's weird.
Yeah, I heard the music was like in an older version or something, right?
That I
Is that
can't
correct?
remember because it's like long. I think I bought it on like my
Yeah.
parents' Apple account, and I don't have that anymore. So
'Cause I think the one on the Wii Virtual or the WiiWare, you could buy it on the Wii virtually. I think that one was the same as the mobile versions or something.
Though I think it's kind of nice. You know, I see Nayland saying here Sonic Advance is the real Sonic 4. Maybe that's why they haven't made, you know, like they have Sonic 4, but like they haven't made an Adventure 3, so that way the fans can just decide which one's Adventure 3 or which one's actually
Yeah, we're so
Sonic 4.
like they would have to. Basically, what would make it Adventure 3 is if they actually continued the story at this point, like, as closely.
Like from 06 or from Adventure 2.
I don't even know.
Like if they maybe Shadow?
That's their problem.
I guess Shadow would maybe make the most sense
Yeah, Shadow was a continuation of the story, yeah,
in a way.
because it does directly reference it and, continues it essentially.
Yep.
Eggman's gonna get you.
That's when the brain starts hurting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was never good at this quote unquote race.
Yeah, it's
The
it's a
drop
little
dash
tricky.
does make it quite a bit better. If you're able to get 50 rings though, the miracle form absolutely destroys this. But I think we'll be
Here
okay.
comes the double.
Oh! Good thing
I
the
think you
drop
would've
dash
made it-
exists.
I think you would have made it even without it, but that would have been close.
Yeah. But
Yo, we heard him say it.
okay. Oh yeah, he did say it. You're
The
right.
thing they took out of Origins.
That's Sonic 4 non-advanced. The Sonic Advance trilogy is great. I would love to see some
Yeah.
sort of remaster of it. Like, I would love to see, like, in total fan, like going total fan mode, a remaster of all 3 advanced games where it's all one giant adventure and you get to play with the teams in all the stages. Now, like, the teams wouldn't be as fun in Advance 1 or Advance 2 because the level design wasn't built for different play styles, but I think it'd be a cool little, like, retroactive thing, like how Sonic 1 wasn't built for the spin dash.
They announced Sonic Advance 4.
Sonic Advance, that would be whack.
It doesn't even make sense because it's not on an advanced system anymore.
Yo, let's go, Zealous Demon. Thank you so much for raiding the channel. If you guys were just at Zealous's channel, first of all, how was your stream? I saw you were doing PO6 with N64. That sounds terrible, actually. Or PO6 with an N64 controller, I guess, to elaborate.
Oh, okay.
Which sounds very, very annoying to do. It was painful, sounds like it. If you're wondering what's going on here, we are playing what I consider the real Sonic Origins Plus. These are all kind of the fan pinnacle versions of the original 4 games. We've got Sonic 1 Forever, which we just completed with Amy. Sonic CD Restored, playing right now with Sonic here. Sonic 2 Absolute, and then Sonic 3 Air. And I have a special guest of Mr. bickuribox12 on comms with me. So,
it's me.
that is him. That's me. That was a fun. I do hope. Obviously, you don't have to spoil anything, but I do hope that you work with more, little tiny skits in the future, because that was it was pretty fun.
That was pretty spur of the moment. I had just talked to someone who was telling me about. It kind of made me reminisce about like in my younger days whenever I did that a lot more often, and so I was like, you know what? I just kind of had an idea for a little live action intro, so I was like, okay, let me just do that.
I can't not say after, because I remembered. Oops. Oh, whatever. I remember one of the previous times we chatted that you said you did do skits when you were younger, and I found your playlist and watched some of them, and they are so great. I loved every single one.
10 years. It's wild.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. I'm very happy that, its success doesn't happen overnight.
No, not at all.
That's for sure.
I mean, the whole landscape of YouTube is different because, back then that kind of stuff was popular.
Yeah, it was popular. I don't know if what I would guess you were maybe like 12 or 13 in those videos.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, would do it. Big Yuri Box, does anyone tell you your name sounds like Bento Box?
No, just you, I think, earlier in this chat, if that was you. Yeah, I think that was the first time I had heard it.
What is Bento Box? Isn't that like a cereal or something?
I believe that is I think it's a type of, like, the Japanese, boxed food, something like that.
Like a loot box, but it's food?
No, like it is actual food. Like, it's a,
like
a type of snack, I think. We'll get a correction. I might actually go eat
I'm
lunch
sure.
now.
You just keep stammering until someone in chat's like, "Oh, yeah, it's actually this."
Yeah, just like keep stalling for time. It's it's like the yeah. What he said.
Exactly. One of the few YouTubers I can think that actually weaves comedy into his scripts organically. Oh yeah, definitely agree.
I remember Subsonic. You saw me in the Gaming Brit stream after the Fallen Star video came out. And it was so funny because I've been in his streams since he started the Sonic Marathon, and that was before I think made Sonic content, so nobody recognized me. And then afterwards, I started getting like people like you saying stuff, and it was weird. Like I had an instant before and after comparison of being on one stream, there was nothing, and then the next one, there was some attention.
Wow, that's cool.
It was weird.
I believe it.
And it was from your stream. It's the same person.
Wow, playing that's interesting overlap, actually. Yeah. The Gaming Brit, I do enjoy. I assume that's also the Spiffing Brit on YouTube. Like he just calls his Twitch the Gaming Brit. Or is it a different person?
That is a different person. Yeah, it's the Gaming Brit show.
Oh, I actually have never heard of the Gaming Brit.
Yeah, he it's hard to even he reviews things, but it's always like it's heavily in like I would guess you could say the PS2 era. It's like sort of his favorite era, I think. So he does a lot of like Ratchet and Clank, Devil May Cry, and
that makes sense. I almost wish I grew up with PS2. It sounded like so much fun to grow up with a PS2.
I had one. I grew up with it, but I just didn't have that many games. So I didn't.
Did you play like the big ones, like Devil May Cry and stuff?
I did not. I was too young for that anyway.
That's fair. Yeah.
But I did have the Sly Cooper trilogy, so that's probably the big
The Sly
name.
Cooper trilogy is one that always interested me. I watched all like the Super Gaming Brothers. Some call me Johnny and all that. I always watched.
It doesn't disappoint.
It definitely
trilogy.
doesn't. It definitely doesn't. I need to finish the Thief. Actually, no. I think I did finish Thieves in Time, the fourth one.
That's the one I haven't finished because then I was older and it was different. I had less time.
Yeah.
I actually don't know why I didn't finish it.
Yeah, then you have to actually, have time management and stuff. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, you really. It helps when you have it. Well, it helps and doesn't help when you have a channel because like you can record and it's like efficient. You're like, I'm playing a game, and it's my job, so I don't feel like I'm wasting my time.
Right. The hard thing though is that depending on
controls
what you do,
what you play.
Yeah, unless you're super duper ultra mega big, that no matter what you play, people will watch you. Which I mean,
yeah,
to be honest with you, I've never been burnt out on PO6 or any Sonic stuff, at least playing it on stream. I think streaming and recording is different because obviously 99% of my YouTube footage comes from the streams. So.
Yeah, getting the chat interaction helps you not feel alone. That's for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
You always get material to roll with too. Something funny.
Yeah. Well, assuming you have chatters to talk to, which is
Indeed
the struggle in the beginning for sure.
Yeah.
Like that Markiplier guy. Who's that? Never heard of him.
Hell, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Is there a Shrunken Miracle Sonic? I don't know if they go the Mania route with the Super Form. I've never had 50 rings. Like I've said, it's my least favorite classic game, so I'm not too great at it. So I've never had 50 rings in a shrink section.
I don't know if I have either.
I've been seeing on Twitter and stuff that people actually think Forces is better than Colors, so good for them.
That was one of the first comments I received on my review back when it came out.
Really?
Yeah, it was just one comment, but it was there.
It was, and that's
and
what I'm validated.
I get it. I mean, I understand.
Yeah, I know you're a Forces not apologist.
I just don't hate it.
Yeah, you just don't hate it.
I'm just like, yeah, in the middle. Yeah.
Yeah.
The ultimate fence sitter, which means I get both sides yelling at me.
Yeah, of course.
But it's fine. I'm not really worried about that because I'm kind of neither here nor there on Forces, so.
Yeah. And, at the end of the day, it's an opinion. Video games are an art form, and everyone's going to like something different. Completely subjective. It's the beauty of it.
I feel like Forces stands the best chance as the first boost game you play.
Really? You think so?
Uphill from there.
Oh, yeah. That's fair.
So, it introduces you to how it works.
Yeah.
And it's, pretty easy and just kind of, shows you, what going fast feels like. And then you can go into Colors and then maybe Unleashed and Gens.
I guess, yeah, that's kind of weird to think about. What if Forces was first?
Yeah. It's I played 06 first.
Yeah, would it get nearly the hate because we didn't have anything to compare it to before?
I think it definitely wouldn't because, you see all the retroactive opinion changing of Colors.
Yeah.
Probably would have been the same thing with Forces.
Yeah.
I'm
curious to see what...
Actually, maybe it would have been because Classic Sonic's in it and we didn't have Generations yet.
That's true. That's true.
It probably just would have been he's back!
Yeah. I don't know if... I can't remember, when Generations first came out, what people thought of Classic Sonic.
Yeah, and I wasn't even
physics-wise.
playing the games yet.
I don't know. Does anybody remember if you were around, I guess, when Generations came out? Well, I would imagine you were alive, but in terms of if you remember what it was like at launch. Because I remember a lot of reviews saying, it's not quite Classic Sonic, but it's still fun. Classic Sonic is... Ooh. in Forces, so...
Yeah, well, they took away the, broken... It's on one hand, I get it, the broken spin dash was broken, but it was almost worked. It was it worked so well for what it was, and then the drop dash is good, but yeah, it's not the same.
Yeah, especially having Mania to compare it to with the drop dash, Yeah,
it doesn't help. And everything else, yeah.
Yeah. Having Mania really to compare directly to Classic Sonic with how close they were in release.
Yeah, it's just rough. The wrong time.
Yeah.
Although they tie directly into each other, but still.
Ending another classic game on a hot
Sonic
topic. First one was 06, second one was Forces. That completes Sonic CD. So the next game we're going to move into is Sonic 2 Absolute, which is also made by the Sonic 1 Forever team. So you're going to see a lot of similarities between them. Let me go ahead and change the music. I should be able to hear the game
Sparkle,
now.
I agree. Gaming Brit is goated. Yeah, I think I actually took. I started talking like him a little bit in some of my videos on accident.
Yeah, that happens when you watch a bunch of creators. Like, sometimes their mannerisms bleed into
certain words I wasn't using before.
I mean, like, I'm definitely not talking lower or trying to sound like I have a sexier voice right now. No way.
Could have fooled me.
What's the hot topic we get for Sonic 2? We'll see. But,
we'll see. There's nothing after Forces. So.
Sonic 2 Absolute is kind of like, I guess the Forever team is just, I don't know if they're like just doing it because they can do it because it's also a 2013 port, but it's not nearly as robust as the as Sonic 1 Forever is. We don't have the ability to play as Amy yet, but there is this really cool community packed mod that adds a bunch of extra stuff like new sprites for the characters and some stuff. But you see a lot of similar things here. We got of course the elemental shields, invincibility type, spin dash, drop dash, flight cancel, all that stuff. And we're gonna be playing Sonic 2 with none other than Tails. I feel like it's probably the most
where he
appropriate.
couldn't even fly.
Yeah, but he can fly now, and it breaks some shit wide open.
Yeah.
So
it's wild. Does he get a no? He doesn't get a double jump with the electric shield, does he?
No. Even Amy and Sonic 1 Forever didn't get shield abilities. They're only relegated to Sonic,
I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah, especially since in the classic games, Sonic is no different than the other characters. The other characters are objectively better than Sonic without the elemental shields. Though I would say the drop dash, even the playing field quite a bit.
Well, yeah, just their literal play styles are what set them apart.
Did his sprite get redone? I don't think the sprite got redone, but the animations were taken from Mania. His max run speed animation. I think this is something you can change, but I have the Mania flight and the Mania max run speed on. I think it looks good.
Miles Tails Prower. Gosh, it feels like just yesterday I was game overing in Chemical Plant and barely seeing Aquatic Ruin.
Yeah. Chemical Plant, that shit's tough. When you're a kid, the drowning segment.
It is a difficulty spike for sure. It's crazy.
It's so hard to remember because playing a Sonic game is just so baked into my DNA at this point. Like, watching someone, like, probably one of the most eye-opening experiences I had is there was a sub-goal a long time ago where I had my girlfriend Haley play PO6.
Perfect.
And it was, oh man, like
seeing someone not, does she play games at all, or
if she plays games, they're usually with me. She does have the gamer in her when it comes to Bloons tower defense, but I would say that's a little bit different from Sonic.
Right, yeah, point and click, time management.
Yeah, those kinds of games. But when it comes to, she did have a Wii growing up, but
she got the waggle.
Yeah, the waggle, the waggle Wii. But yeah, probably should have started with the classic game in hindsight. But who knows? Maybe we'll be able to do some local co-op with Sonic Superstars.
I know that is pretty cool. That could be a huge selling point.
Tails can go super, yes. I'm shocked they're, as far as we know as of right now, that they're not going to do online multiplayer.
Yeah, just the battle mode or whatever.
Yeah. I was like, why not? That's online multiplayer is like the perfect multiplayer for a Sonic game.
Yeah, individual screens, absolutely.
Yeah, having individual screens. But
I wonder. I hope that we'll be able to do things like Steam Remote Play, because there have been some games I played where they don't have multiplayer, and then it works on that.
I've never used that before. Is that Parsec, but just built into Steam?
Maybe you just invite people, like join so-and-so's game.
Oh, interesting. But I would imagine
like
the Steam version.
Invite.
You know, that's a good question. Is because didn't you bring that up in your video? Is Superstars available on Steam? Or going to be available on Steam?
Because they say it's in the trailer, but just the Amy skin, for some reason, you can't sign up for the newsletter and get it on Steam.
On Steam?
Yeah.
That's weird because
now.
I did. When I signed
up,
is Steam not an option? At least I'm pretty sure I did. I'll have to check my email.
Holy moly!
But I did it like
they selected PC, but it didn't have like a distinction.
Oh yeah, that must have been what it was. Who knows?
On
Maybe
mine, it just says Epic.
Love the Legacy of Solaris vid. Looking forward to the next one. Hey, thanks, Skeletor. I'm glad you enjoyed it. That was a behemoth of a video to create, so I'm glad you enjoyed it. With the Amigo characters, the Amigo characters, it won't be as robust because obviously we don't have hub worlds and town missions. Those are just stage to stage, but I'll try to have graphics for it and everything. But yeah, big week. Oh yeah, you can't jam out. It's sometimes hard.
If there's any time for a cat jam.
Yeah, when you're streaming Sonic games, it's so tough to not just fall into singing along with the music.
Yeah. You just get lost in flame core on every run.
Yeah. Oh god, the cavern. Oh, the cavern, man.
Beautiful.
I know you prefer the volcano,
but they're both #1 in my heart.
but they're both. It just I can't. I think in terms of top 2, like if I had to have top 3 songs, Cavern is #1, and then Lava Reef 2 from Mania is #2.
Oh yeah.
Lava Reef 2 is
they're
insane.
kind of similar in vibe.
Yeah. Maybe I just like that style of music.
Yeah, it's like that
ambient
blues.
Mm-hmm. Well,
then
blues is my favorite genre of music, specifically blues rock, so I guess it's pretty on brand for that to be.
Have you listened to? There's a couple of things. Have you listened?
Shit.
Oh, the water didn't even show up yet.
I'm even Tails too, so that's sadder.
Yeah. Have you listened to the F-Zero X guitar arrangement CD that was released for the game? Like this was like a game from '99, 2000, but it's like
F-Zero
the composer. Yeah, it was the composer made like a CD of like 10 of the songs, full guitar instrumental arrangements.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
It is. It's some of my favorite video game music, and it's not even in the game.
Wow.
I'll send you the link.
Yeah, no, please do. Because I played F-Zero X. I think I had it on the Wii Virtual Console, and I played it just a little bit and couldn't get into it. Obviously, I knew it from like Mute City and Smash Brothers.
Sure, yeah.
And Big Blue is one of just my favorite songs, period.
Oh, then you are going to love the rendition in this.
Yes.
Decide in the Eyes is what it's called.
Oh, that's awesome.
The titles are almost poorly translated. They're like, what? Decide in the eyes of what?
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah,
but I actually caught so, you know, I'm one of those dog parents where I leave videos on for Bonzo during the day while I'm in here streaming or doing something. And one of these, you know, I usually do long videos, and one of this was like 10 hours of SNES reviews. Or they were like it was just like a 10-hour compilation of game reviews. And one of them was on F-Zero X, and I didn't know that in that game, they have a randomizer. You can randomly generate a track.
In the game?
Yeah, in the game.
Whoa!
You can create a randomized track. Now, granted, the F-Zero tracks aren't like complex tracks.
Sure.
You know, it's more about like the spectacle and like the actual racing and what car you use.
Sure.
And stuff. But I mean, that's insane.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever heard of like a randomizer for a racing game before.
Yeah, actually, no. I'm not too familiar with racing games in general.
Do you have familiar with Mario Kart, maybe?
Yeah, a little bit. But I didn't have a GameCube growing up, so I would only be able to play it at my uncle's. So I would be the backseat double dash guy.
Oh no!
I was the.
Davey wouldn't even let you play split screen.
You know what? I don't think I had the confidence for it.
That's fair.
I think it was like, he's better at it. I'm just gonna throw the shells.
That's true. And in Double Dash, if you played co-op, the co-op character was able to like, you were able to do like a punch, which was really fun to do. Like, cause I would play it with my brother a lot, and cause we grew up with a GameCube, and
yeah,
I would like try to piss him off because it would move your cart a little bit to the left or right when you did a punch, and you can spam it. So it's like, if like he was doing something I didn't like, because in order to switch, because like in Double Dash, you know, you can switch the driver and the passenger. You had to both press the switch button at the same time. So sometimes like I would want to switch and be the driver, and then, but he wouldn't, so he just wouldn't press the button. So I'd just like mess with him by constantly punching from side to side and driving us off the road. It was like kamikaze almost.
Yeah, that kind of stuff really is fun when you're young, like just messing around, trying to like cause as much havoc as you can.
Mm-hmm. I'm reading
I
this.
remember.
Or go ahead.
Or I don't know if you ever played. It was GoldenEye on the Wii.
Oh no, I know
But,
that's
like,
an N64, but I think they ported it to the Wii with point
yeah.
control.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, if it was a direct port, then that's actually awesome. I got to experience the classic game. But there's like the golden gun you can get whenever you I think you find it or something. It's a one-hit kill every time. So we would just whoever got that would just dominate, and you'd get whoever got the most points at the end. It was a little competition, and so whoever could get that golden gun was just like they unleashed chaos onto the world.
That reminds me of
so
Halo 1 matches. I don't know if you played any Halo, but
not very briefly.
Me and my brother would do Halo 1 1v1s, like shotgun 1v1s, which was just the best. Anyway, I'm gonna try to catch up on chat a little bit here. I apologize, guys. It is a little bit hard when there are multiple comms to excuse me, play up the game, keep up with chat, and talk to the guest as well. So I apologize for that. If you're normally here for the chat interaction, I hope that Bick and I's commentary is fun to listen to, though. Timestamp guy. Timestamp guy, I will give you that you legitimately have some hot takes when you come in here. Like with Sonic 2 being overrated, I would say that that's less of a hot take sentiment nowadays. Because I've seen a lot of people come in here and say Sonic 2 is overrated. But I'll give you that. I was watching you enjoy yourself. Hey, thank you, Zealous. I appreciate it. I hope it is enjoyable for it, and I hope you're enjoying yourself, Bick.
Yeah, no, it's great.
Points.
I'm happy to be here, yeah.
All right, there's the $50 check.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
I'll stay longer for another 50.
Yeah, so my rate's $50, and then every hour we go over, that's an extra $20.
If you want to deepen the friendship bond, that'll be a little more.
If you want to be my friend, pay me money.
Let me escort you to my Patreon.
How can I monetize our friendship? How do you run ads?
How do I run ads during our interactions? Wow.
That does remind me, actually. There was a person I went to college with that genuinely, it sounds like a stupid idea. It sounds like the typical, they have this idea, you're in college and you come up with this big business idea that sounds really dumb. But honestly, the more I thought about it, the more it might actually be a killer idea. That there would be an app that pays you to run ads on your home screen.
Huh. Okay, yeah.
Like kind of like how like a text message would pop up, like it would just be an ad for something, and like advertisers would pay.
Yeah, you like basically soliciting yourself to the market.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're right.
Honestly, it sounds like a good idea. Now, obviously, when I was in college, it's like, big ego and everything. You want to be like, ugh, where are the OnlyFans at? Oh, God.
Yeah.
Yo, you guys want to come to my sleep stream?
That kind of thing might even make money, even if it was just candid photos of yourself.
It's I can't believe I talked about this on stream a little bit earlier, and let me know if you're uncomfortable with this. But there was I don't know how into Twitch you are. I would say I'm like fairly outside of streaming. Like I watch like 2 or 3 streamers, other than streaming myself. And there's this one streamer, Amarath, who if you know who Amarath is. She, I saw one time on my, like, channels will think you like, which, like, of course, and it was her just sleeping to 3,000 people. She was just sleeping.
Sleep streams.
And I couldn't believe it. I had never heard of that before.
Now, she's a girl, so.
Yeah, that's
a little
fair.
Different between,
that's fair.
Between one of us two.
Yeah, but also, yes. I'm like a fucking just ugly-ass sleeper. Like, I snore. So it'd just be me snoring like a fucking whale. Like,
yeah, she does like all the like hot tub streams too, right? It's like
yeah.
Crazy. But there's a market.
Yeah,
man.
Friendship Digital Deluxe Edition. Yeah, Violet. If you upgrade to the Digital Deluxe,
would you like to buy bickuribox Plus?
You get a friend on Discord. Oh my goodness. That'd be easy to market. Stelmo whale stream. Guess your decibel count. Yeah, it's like every 10 subs, it'll show my decibel count, and we do predictions over or under 100 decibel.
Try to guess what he's dreaming about.
Oh,
Whoever
God.
wins gets, yeah.
Oh, God, I don't even want to know. I don't...
How long can you watch Stelmo sleep challenge? That'll really give him the motivation.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll have to do something like that. I do plan on doing a subathon some point in July. It would be my first subathon, and you know, part of the fun of the subathon is, you know, having the sleep on stream, but I don't know how that would turn out.
Did you do a 24-hour stream before?
I have never done a 24-hour stream.
Yeah.
No, I've done, the largest I've done is 12 hours nonstop,
Okay,
and that was for both the year and the 2-year anniversary
That's right.
of streaming. Yeah. Your title in game is still CD. Dang it, Beats. Would you be able? You know what? I'll just change it later. We're almost halfway through Sonic 2 though, but thanks Amazon for letting me know.
It's true.
If I ever do a subathon, it'll just be me playing Eggman Land over and over until it ends.
Is this a different path that you're going through, or is that the same one, just no lava? Have I not seen this before?
I mean, I don't know. Hilltop Zone kind of blends in because it's just blue Emerald Hill. I actually really like it as a zone though.
Yeah, I'd like it too.
I guess
Pretty
we
solid list of zones in Sonic 2.
Oh yeah, they're all very well paced as well, except for I guess Metropolis.
Yeah, because there's more, so
Yeah.
by default.
That was the one thing. We had a
moment.
big argument because I said that Sonic 2, the mobile port specifically, is the best version to begin Sonic 2 Master System. Oh, thanks, Pedro. I can go ahead and change this because it got messed up. But I guess we hadn't talked about it yet. What's our opinion on Sonic 2? Where does it rank? And so you got Sonic 1. You said Sonic 1 was 3 or 4?
I would put it at the bottom of my totem pole for the classics. Yeah, just it's really tough. Like this, 2 and 3 are pretty neck and neck for me. They're both very enjoyable. It's like take one on a deserted island with me. Which one would I pick? That's hard.
That is hard. One thing I do recommend though nowadays when playing Sonic 2, like unless you're a Sonic fan who's played these games to death, like when getting into the series, I recommend like using the save system. Like don't play all of it at once.
Oh sure. Oh, you mean like not in one sitting?
Yeah, like
I guess
don't.
it's your first couple of times.
Yeah, don't play through Sonic 2 and especially Sonic 3 with how big of an adventure it is.
Yeah, Sonic 3. Yeah, I've tried that before, and I do get fatigued whenever I do that. I'm like, yeah, I gotta take a little. I gotta pace myself.
Yeah, I would say usually when I get to flying battery is when I start kind of petering out. Even though I love Sonic 3.
Sure. Yeah. You'll make an exception when it's your favorite because it's a favorite for a reason.
Yeah. Oh, you spoiled it. No one would have guessed.
No one would have guessed the thing you said on stream.
But yeah, I have the same opinion as you. Sonic 2 and Sonic 3, it depends on the day. I do think that Sonic 2 is a more replayable game.
Yeah,
like if I just
think the shorter arcadey approach kind of helps with that.
Yeah, versus the more grandiose adventure that Sonic 3 does.
That's fair.
I'm gonna break down if you played CD without me. Yeah, we already played Sonic CD. That was the second game we played. Chat, will we see the secret zone? Do we see Hidden Palace? Type 1 in chat if you want to see Hidden... Actually, no, hold on. That's right. Hidden Palace. I forgot to mention that when we were talking about Sonic 2 Absolute. Sonic 2 Absolute does not have Hidden Palace yet.
Whoa.
I don't think, anyway. I mean, I can check the pit.
Another reason why the mobile port's the best starting.
Yeah. Very true. I mean, I guess if you want to go to Hidden Palace.
Yeah, it's like a...
I did forget.
Like a surprise for the people who are used to it being a pit, I suppose.
Yeah. 2 Absolute did get an update. I don't actually know if Hidden Palace is in the decomp. Because this is based on the decompilation, of course, of the mobile port. I don't know if the decomp of the mobile port itself has Hidden Palace yet. But I love Mystic Cave's music. This is probably my favorite song in Sonic 2.
Nice.
I'd be really excited to see if they ever did some sort of like HD sprite remake of the classic games, which, I mean, with Origins out, they probably never do that, but like a remix
Right.
of Mystic Cave, like kind of like Sonic 3 style, where Act 2 has a slightly different track than Act 1.
Oh, sure, yeah. That's a good idea.
I think maybe that's a mod. I don't know.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, that was like fan remade Act 2 music. There's a
This
mod.
boss theme is one of my friends. I think he says it's his favorite, like one of his favorite songs. He loves the boss music in this game.
That's great.
It's like,
I do like it.
yeah,
I think that this particular music has a good balance between being goofy and menacing. Like you're still playing a cartoon, but it's
Yeah. for sure.
but like there's a little bit of seriousness to it.
Yeah, like in this one.
Yeah, Oil Ocean. God, the Oil Ocean Mania remix is so good. I love that T-Lopes just went like full-on Egyptian with it. Or I guess
Yeah,
more just
really.
Eastern.
Yeah, definitely. You can tell.
The menacing cartoon. Clearly someone hasn't seen Sat AM. Sonic 1 is overrated too?
I feel like all I've heard is people saying they don't like it that much.
I don't know. No, this is timestamp guy again.
Yeah,
Sonic.
I don't think it's a hot take to say you don't like Sonic 1 that much.
Yeah, I don't know about overrated. I don't know. It's hard for me because personally, I don't really find overrated and underrated.
Yeah, I don't use those terms either.
Yeah, I mean, you could say like I use over and under appreciated, which you can easily make an argument that those are the same thing as well.
Yeah,
As
I'll be
over and
quicker to
underrated.
go to under than over, because I'm like, if something's actually obscure and no one knows about it, and people would
Yeah.
probably love it if they knew about it, it makes sense to call it underrated. But
Yeah,
yeah.
overrated is just like, I mean, people like what
It's
they
just-
like, you know?
yeah, it's
And
like
just because
I don't
you-
like this as much as you.
Yeah,
so
just because you don't like what everyone else likes, like, because overrated is kind of connotative, I guess. Like, it sounds connotative anyway,
yeah,
regardless of it actually
there's a
is
bit
not.
of ego in the statement usually.
Yeah, I guess I don't know if this is like the internet tainting my soul, but like when I hear someone say overrated, it kind of makes it sound like, oh, I know better
Yeah,
to not like this.
because a
thing.
lot of times it does play into that psychology.
Baguette enthusiast, this is a special stream because we have a certain someone on the mic with us. Mr. bickuribox. I thought you were going to say something a little bit more profound.
Yeah.
than the
Nah,
Would that
Third
be
strike.
your jump grunt?
my jump.
Your jump sound effect?
Yeah, when I'm a playable character, yeah, I'm basically just a tired Shadow.
Yeah.
Shadow, if he was not the ultimate life form,
Yeah.
just a life form.
Shadow. Yeah, I guess would you be like visible? Would be your name? Visible the Hedgehog? Or tangible?
question.
I guess tangible. Sorry, it was a stupid joke. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching.
I actually didn't even I couldn't even comprehend what was being. I was like trying to figure it out. Like this.
It's actually bickuribox Plus. Oh, now the sound effects are part of the premium package.
Oh shoot! Nice.
Did we watch Sonic Prime? I watched Sonic Prime, and
I
I,
did as
really
well,
like
yeah.
it. I find it quite fun. Well,
I
what do
thought
you
it was
think?
cool.
What are your thoughts?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I want more Shadow. That's my.
Yeah. Is Shadow your
I-
favorite Sonic character?
Probably. Yeah, I thought he was done pretty well in the show. I like the voice they
Mhm.
gave him. They did a good job with that. Well, they did a good job with all the voices. But yeah, I think he has a time to shine later. That'll be cool.
I can't afford bickuribox Nitro. Is there a bickuribox Basic?
Yeah, Bickery Light. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you have a bickuribox, then you have the bickuribox Basic, then the bickuribox Music package. Comes with all the songs. Bickuribox Mirror.
A soundboard of me.
Yeah, it comes with.
That does exist.
I'm sure it does. You do
My
have
friends
some.
made one of me,
Yeah, you do have quite quotable videos.
and they're not the ones you'd expect. It's wild.
Really? Oh, I don't know.
I don't even know what all of them are, but
I will be honest. It's been a long time since I've watched. I binged any of your older stuff since
like
rewriting
the-
history.
Sure.
Um,
yeah.
Your silver
It has
video
been
and
a
the
year and a half.
Origins video are the. Oh my God! It's been a year and a half.
that I started. Well, I guess I started Sonic content in like 2014.
Yeah, with
I got
that was
serious
the
about
Mania
it and-
or the Forces video. No, that wouldn't make any sense.
These are like old, like privated since removed Let's Plays.
Oh, gotcha.
And then yeah, 2017 was
Yo, Bickuri
Forces and
plays.
Curie Plays. I think that was a working title at one point.
Yeah, that makes sense. bickuribox expansion pack plus includes soundboard. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
the Curie Extended mod.
You can play as all forms.
My multiple forms.
Anyway, talking a little bit about Sonic 2. I mean, there's not really much to talk about. It's just Sonic 2. You know, when we get to Sonic 2 and Sonic 3, the games are already so good, there isn't really a whole lot that needs to be changed. Unlike,
Yeah.
you know, with a lot of the changes that came to Sonic CD and Sonic 1. I would say with CD, though, if you like how it plays normally, like, it's mostly just customization more than actual fixes.
Yeah.
But yeah, with Sonic
all
2, you
optional
know,
anyway.
have to mention the penis boss, though.
You know, not once in my entire life did I make that connection.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? That surprises me.
Yeah. I don't know. It was made of metal. I don't.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why.
if you look at the whole model, it's pretty obvious. Like if you see the underneath too, because it is rendered underneath, even though you only see half of it in the boss fight.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Here we go, everyone's favorite zone from the classic games.
In a way, it makes sense to have the final level be the longest. So it wasn't a bad choice in that way. It just went a little crazy with that.
The elemental
enemies.
shields help quite a bit with it because it actually dodges protects you against the Asteron's
Even the
spikes.
widescreen does quite a bit of recovery.
Oh yeah, against the slicers and
To not
stuff.
get launched. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
like
hopefully
that.
we'll be able to super tails in a moment here. Ah! Okay, never mind. Got spiked to the ass. You have the most serious voice ever. Me? Really?
What's he talking about?
Okay. I guess I have more of a serious tone. I mean, the thing is things have to be a little bit different. I can't really go off the rails in conversation because I want, you know, Burke.
Where would
I
we
want
be
Vic
without
to-
Metropolis Zone?
Probably in a better place. Would have 06 happened without Metropolis Zone? Like a butterfly effect thing.
Holy moly. Who knows? Yeah.
Yeah, I guess there's a, you know, we don't want to go off the rails as much and, you know, have conversations with Bick as well while he's here. I'd be like, yeah, dude, you want to be a guest on the stream? And then I just talk the entire time over him. That wouldn't be. It's also just not who I am, so. What is my
Yeah.
favorite joke I have ever said in a video? Gosh, I don't know. It's a lot harder for me to say because most of my videos are just stream VODs. Because they're
I know.
PBs
I
and
wonder
stuff.
if that's which one of us is that's too.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe as a question to both.
Because that could be totally applicable.
Yeah, I would say. What is your favorite joke then, if you have one, from the videos you've made,
Let's see.
or just
Well-
a particularly memorable one? I guess
You
because
know,
it's probably
well,
hard to pick a favorite.
The one that's like if I ever rewatch some stuff to double check, make sure things have stayed.
Nah,
good,
you like
then-
watching yourself. I'm kidding, but yeah, no, I
I
totally
watch it
get
so many times before it comes out. It's like I
Yeah.
am a viewer now.
Yeah.
The scream at the baldy nose hair gets me every time. Whereas I'm just baldy and no, you know, I scream.
Oh yeah. What video is that from?
Frontiers.
Oh yeah.
After a
isn't the
decade of
Frontiers
baldy
review?
nose hair.
That's like 8 months old, isn't it?
It's well, let's see. It came out January 1st.
Oh,
so
okay. So 6.
Yeah.
God, that's still. God, felt like it just came out yesterday.
I know. I'm actually curious. Is Cheerio Fist still your favorite thing?
The fist in the Cheerios? Oh my god, dude. You had me rolling when you said that. I think I'm like the only person that's laughed that hard, but yeah,
That's the
I love
beauty of
that.
it. Everybody's favorite is different.
Yeah.
Love to see it.
It's the fun part about doing comedy, I guess. I imagine though that if people were, ooh, I guess this is a question. Have you been recognized like IRL at all?
Before I did Sonic stuff, I was, but not since.
Really? That's interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, I We'll see.
Yeah, I guess
See
we
if
will.
that changes.
They'll be like on the lookout. Well, you are. Well, I guess you've never really been one shy to using a webcam. It just happens that your Sonic content didn't feature any live stuff until recently.
The Realm stuff had a lot more during its peak, and then the Sonic stuff just didn't really call for it.
I guess, you know what? Let's go on a tangent. Can you tell me about Realm of the Mad God? I literally don't know anything about it.
It is a 8-bit fantasy bullet hell MMORPG with permadeath elements.
Wow.
It's like 6 genres in one. It's crazy. But it started as a Flash game in 2010 that they made for like a contest using like free-to-use assets, and then they turned it into a real game. So it's like it's top-down, and then you play as like different classes and you level up, and the goal is to like you kill bosses, you get potions to level up your stats, and then you max out your character so that you can like more easily fight the really hard bosses to get the really good gear that you then use on the bosses again. It's like that's the loop.
Yeah.
And so, but the whole thing is that it's kind of bullet hell focused, so there's like a lot of crazy bullet patterns for the enemies, and it has permadeath, so if you die, your character's gone. You have to start from scratch.
Oh my god, that sounds awesome.
It's if it weren't for like it always had like some technical issues with like connection problems and lag. I think it's much better now. I haven't played in a while now, but yeah, that's why it's still. I mean, geez, 13 years. Everybody said it would die like 5-6 years ago, and it's still going. Still has a following. So clearly,
awesome.
there's a very addicting nature about it. I mean, it's one of those things. It's like the League of Legends curse, where everybody who plays it says they hate it, but they secretly love it. Like they can lie to themselves all they want to try and sound cool, but they're still playing it.
Wow. What's the first timestamp guy? I'm not sure what you're talking about. No, that's cool. I never knew what it was. Your old your about description on YouTube still has that.
Still has it. Yeah.
Yeah. So. I was always curious, but I never properly dove into one of your videos on it. That's really neat. What I guess would it be just the classic YouTube story of just like you really liked it and wanted to expose it to more people, so you made videos about it, or?
I played it. Because I started playing the game in like late 2011, so channel was just born at that time. So I was pretty hot on the video making idea, and I did like Minecraft videos at first, like every young boy would.
Yeah, hey, me too. I'm right there with you.
Yeah, and so that, ran its course, didn't catch on, and then I started playing Realm, and that was like, once I was like, kind of had my fill with Minecraft, then I moved on to the next obsession, which became Realm, and then I made some videos on it, and because it had such a small following, the videos like got a little more traction quicker, like more than the Minecraft stuff, and then I like actually thought, well, I'm gonna... Like, I kind of brainstormed some ideas, so I took from one of my fellow content creators the idea of doing guides on the game. Since it was so small, I felt like that might be kind of interesting, and then that kind of took off from there. It was like my first video to hit 1,000 views the quickest, and so then I was like, I'm going to do another one, and then another one, and then the subs started rolling in, and suddenly I went from 100 to 1,000 subs in just a matter of months. It took me 2 years to hit my first 100, and then it snowballed from there.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
I think because it had such a small following, I was able to kind of stand out more.
Filling the niche in a way.
Yeah, exactly. And so then from there, the rest is history. People told me they liked my voice, and I was like, and then I started thinking about it more.
Can I have more pre-puberty Bick, though?
Yeah, hey, there's a whole playlist
voice,
for you.
I should specify.
No, I got you. Yeah.
before someone in chat takes it a different direction.
Yeah, there's a pause in between lines though. They can do it anyway. AI exists. They can do it
now that's a sound somewhere.
Yeah.
Never played League of Legends before. Is it recommended that I try it? If you want to. I'm pretty sure League of Legends is free to play.
I believe so, yeah. Same with Dota.
Yeah. Here we go.
I was super into Dota for a while, like playing with friends, but so like I'm sure League is the same level of addictiveness. You just want to. Winning's fun. It's just
winning is fun.
just like pulling
and
it
having
off.
team members to blame is also fun. I've never played League personally, but I had a roommate in college who played a lot of Smite, which is just
Right.
League but third person.
Third person, yeah. Or over the or like down on the ground something.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
it would qualify as just straight up third person.
Because because like third person is, I guess, is top down technically third person because it's not like first person, or I don't know actually the distinction. But yeah, when we think of third person, it's like kind of over the shoulder or at least around. I don't actually know.
Yeah. Keck W, timestamp guy, is the emote that Cookie just used. It's just like a guy laughing. I don't remember the origins of it. And I died in Sky Chase. Oh, there Beats goes, fucking clipping the...
No. He did?
Yeah, Beats clipped.
We shouldn't have
clipped
gave him the power.
Metropolis. I shouldn't have said anything. I should have just let it happen. That was a streamer error.
My mistake.
Who's BTTV? BTTV is a website called Better Twitch TV. It allows for a lot more emotes and people to be able to upload and share emotes with each other and that kind of thing. That's what it is. And I've added it to the stream, so there are some ones like Cat Jam is a Better Twitch TV emote. I'm pretty sure anyway.
Yeah, I really gotta thank my friend for telling me the Cheerio fist joke.
Yeah, that's funny. I think that was like the first time I had ever DM'd you about anything too. About the Cheerio fist thing.
Yeah, was that in a DM or was it on stream?
Actually, I don't remember. You didn't make yourself known. Maybe it was then. I don't know. It's been so long. Everything
I remember
all melts
after
together.
because I mean, geez, you've been streaming for like what?
2.5 years, I think. If we want to be really real about it, I started really doubling down on streaming last July. So really, for a year, I would say like full on going for it, because I did it with the job, and then in March I quit the job and I'm living off of savings right now and trying to make something out of it. But
let's go.
Yeah. It's certainly fun. It's certainly fun. I don't regret it for a single second, as much as making graphics pisses me off sometimes. But
yeah, there's always a little bit of baggage with the job, but we make it work.
Yeah. But that's how it is. There's definitely no way that doing at least what I do would be possible with a 9 to 5.
Oh, sure.
So
yeah,
I definitely commend like what you do, because you still just have like the traditional 9 to 5 or of the sort, I guess.
I could, yeah. There's room for it, yeah.
Gotcha.
It actually sometimes helps me be more productive, because then I'm like, I don't have all that free time to myself.
Yeah, a more regimented schedule and stuff.
Depending, because then there are times where it's like, well, actually now I have so much less time, so it's double-edged in that way, but
yeah,
just
I
depends
get
what
it.
you get.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, Wing Fortress Zone.
Yeah.
I don't know, the ending of Sonic 2, like Sky Chase, is nice.
Yeah, it's pleasant, but yeah, it's definitely.
I would prefer. It's hard for repeat playthroughs. I would prefer just like another act of Wing Fortress instead.
Yeah, definitely. It'd be pretty cool, because it makes Wing Fortress really short, kind of premature.
Mm-hmm. It would
or
be
like
cool,
lead
like
into Death Egg.
Yeah, if maybe just the ship were bigger or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because like a lead up, like I think that's kind of a Sonic level. I could be wrong about this, but I kind of feel like that's a Sonic level idea that maybe hasn't been tapped into yet, is having like the level dynamically change. I'm kind of thinking like the what is it called, the Egg Zeppelin from Triple Trouble.
Yeah.
Like an official version of that, where it's like you start on the ground and then like hop onto an airship.
Yeah.
Or something like that. I feel like that could be done really well, especially like imagine if that was a boost stage. Oh.
Yeah, I was gonna say, imagine that in 3D, like going from Egg Fleet to Final Fortress.
Dude, I will never ever forgive Sega for not putting Egg Fleet in Generations. Egg Fleet would have been such a kick-ass stage for modern Sonic.
It's like already as long as a boost level.
Yeah, it really is. And like boosting to destroy the ship. Like, yeah, I know Seaside Hill, people know more, but Egg Fleet's music is also just so good. So good.
Yeah,
Sonic Heroes has a great soundtrack, but that's not new information that a Sonic game has a good soundtrack.
Just good information to repeat and enjoy.
Yes, very true. Dude, that's the secret. It's like, hey, we already knew that. Yeah, it's good information
but
to repeat.
wouldn't you like to know more?
More?
Again?
It's all
Isn't it
about
just
that
nice to
feeling of
reaffirm?
validation. Yeah.
Reaffirm how great this franchise's music is?
Yeah. If people didn't have to feel validated, I don't think Sonic content would do nearly as well as it does on YouTube. Yeah, if you didn't have the inherent need to feel validated about what you like about a game or something like that.
Yeah,
because it's like there's no reason for me to watch a Sonic 2 review, but you know I'm gonna watch a Sonic 2 review. Like, you know.
True. Honestly, that's why I've had a hard time even making a Sonic 2 review. I'm like, what do I even say? It would probably just be like the Mania one.
Yeah.
Where I just go zone by zone. And well, I mean, geez, that one did so well, I might actually do that.
Yeah. You could, or just a giant. Ooh. Well, you could do what a lot of YouTubers do now and
combine the reviews.
Yeah, make 4 individual reviews or 3.
I was
if you include CD.
To see that. I couldn't believe it. I was like, this isn't lazy. Like, this isn't seen as like, oh, you just re-uploaded your same before. It's like, no, thank you for putting them all together. Jay's reviews, his Jack and Daxter one, it's his most viewed of the individual videos.
Yeah, and the Sonic timeline.
Yeah.
Yeah. All combined together, and I'm like, shit. Now, granted, I agree. It's a good idea.
Yeah.
Like, can Tails not do the Supersonic cheese or the Silver Sonic cheese at the beginning?
I've never done it from behind before.
Oh, you're supposed to do it from front. That makes more sense.
Yeah. Okay.
I had the. This is gonna make no sense, but for some reason I had the Palm Tree Panic boss in my head, like how you started. You cheese it from. Damn it! I can't even do it the right way either.
Yeah, this definitely got me killed a lot, and that was before you knowing all these tricks. You know, getting 4 on each side. You're actually trying to dodge him.
Oh yeah, that's right. We need him here too. Nice.
Excellent.
Don't stand behind him. Oh, here come the backseat gamers. Streamer, I can see you're having trouble with this boss here. Let me give you a couple tips. I mostly don't mind backseat gaming because I know it's just people enjoy.
Never mind. Tell him, chat.
Never mind. Let me know how to play this game, chat.
That's true. Fighting this with a flying ability is totally different.
It's totally different, but the beauty of a classic Sonic game, which is why I fully believe that every character in a Sonic game should have some form of roll and some form of spin jump, is that son of a bitch. Even in 3D games, like just being able to rely on, like if you can't take full advantage of a character's abilities, like just having some sort of basic attack is just so nice. Like in a case like this, like imagine if Tails couldn't roll into a ball and you, oh my god, Tails couldn't roll into a ball and you had to fly to hit enemies.
Jeez.
Like that would be terrible.
No thanks. Yeah,
that'd be terrible. You know, and it's kind of like the thing. Oh, I'm so happy Silver has a role in PO6.
Yeah.
Like
it works. I don't even use it that much, but knowing it's there is just it's nice.
It is. We are struggling. Well, I say we. I am struggling at the moment.
Struggling to watch.
Oh.
No.
Yeah, YouTube does make me look like a much better gamer than I am.
Edit out all the failures.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Same here.
Are you gonna talk about Sonic Omens one day? Oh, sorry, Vic. Go ahead.
I always use the second playthrough of a game if I can help it in the footage.
Yeah.
Frontier's exception, of course. Because it's so long, it's like, geez, I gotta get started.
Yeah, right. Doing a second playthrough of that would be, whew.
Yeah. Well, now I have, but and it's much faster because you actually know how it works.
Yeah. Yeah, especially now, and if you're not trying to 100% it and just trying to get through the game here.
Yeah.
What is this Wii shit? Get out of here.
I don't remember that game for the console.
Anyway, someone asked me, am I gonna talk about Sonic Omens one day? Talked about it. Asked the question twice. I guess one for each of us, I guess.
Oh, maybe.
My opinion on Sonic Omens is that it's not a great game with... Oh my god. I've never seen that attack before. I don't think I've ever been behind the Death Egg robot.
I've seen it, but I've never experienced it because, like you said, yeah, I always fight it from the front.
Sonic Omens is... Well, one, I don't like the disrespect they did to Chaos and being the PO6 guy. That definitely doesn't sit well with me. I won't elaborate too much, but I've never played the full game. The most I've ever played was Shadow of Water. I thought it was okay. And that's it. My thoughts on Sonic Omens.
Yeah, I thought about it, like doing a video on it, because at the time it was very much a hot topic. But I was working on.
Wait, that's bullshit. Okay, hold on here. Why?
What happened there?
Why are the? He was still rising.
Oh.
Why are the claws hitboxes active when his hitbox isn't active?
Is that in the original? I've never tried it.
I don't know. It's been so long since I played one of the
Save us, Mr. Whitehead.
original. Yes, Mr. Yeah, can we get the Sonic 2 2023 port? It's been 10 years. We're
One
due
day
for a
when he has
remake.
gray hair.
Yeah.
Literally beat, yeah.
Yeah. Don't worry about Sonic Origins. We just need the mobile port again. The Insta Shield, I actually think is detrimental to this boss, because with how Sonic hits the Death Egg robot, with the Insta Shield, like his bounce trajectory is different than when you just hit him with a normal spin jump. So sometimes it can throw you into the claws. Oh, that scared me. Now I'm nervous. Well, you weren't in a spinball, so I couldn't trade? Trade what? Trade hits? I can't trade a hit. I have 0 rings. Yay! There we go. That's Sonic 2. Wow, okay.
Woo!
So we had...
Whoa! And we ended on
Yeah,
another controversial game.
We
Holy
had
smokes.
06, and then we had Forces, and then Omens.
Omens, yeah.
Well, that's
I guess-
gonna be
I
Sonic
guess to
3.
finish on that, I've also only played to Shadow, like a little bit of the second episode, because I was like, I was busy with the other videos. Like, thought about. I was also having like screen tear, so I got a new monitor, and I had to fix that up. I do want to finish it and give it its fair shake.
Yeah.
Because of kind of what because it is a fully completed 3D fan game, and I think that is like pretty rare and deserved. I also really enjoy the soundtrack, so.
Tails rules. How appropriate. GG.
Let's go.
Real quick, if I can interrupt your thought, Bick, I want to read this comment from Hilarity because it's pretty long. I'm gonna take my leave now, but I want to tell you all thanks for the good laughs and fun times. It was so damn cool to have 2 of my favorite content creators commenting together. Aw, thanks, Hilarity. Your chemistry is awesome, and your commentary is seriously top tier. You're doing what you guys do, and again, truly thank you for always enjoying myself and many others around the world. Hope to see a potential collab one day aside from streams like this. Thank you so much, Hilarity. That really means a lot.
Nice words, yeah.
It's really cool
Appreciate it.
having Bick here. I guess, what are your thoughts on that? What would you think of a collab? I don't really know what we would collab on.
I don't know. I feel like this is...
I feel like this is probably the best. Because, well, one, elephant in the room. You're a much larger creator than I am. Which, that's what it is. And then, so I don't think it would make a whole lot of sense. From a personal perspective, I think maybe it'd be better for you to collab with someone who's closer to your following size.
Sure,
And then
there's the question of what it would even be.
Yeah, what would it even be? Like, would it be something related to PO6? Well, what would it be? Like, I guess I could provide him the footage?
I could definitely, like, whenever the Shadow video came out, I had to, I definitely needed help getting all the facts straight on a lot of things.
Yes, I do
asking
remember
the
that.
experts. But yeah, no, I mean, it's tough. Yeah, because I'm definitely like a hyper-focused lone wolf when it comes to like my script writing. So it's like, it was always not difficult to collaborate with people necessarily, like, but if it was like my project, I would feel like a little, not a control freak, but I kind of like have an idea, and it would be like mixing 2 ideas that maybe it felt a little forced in the past, I guess. It's like we're just collaborating because like we have numbers to our names or something.
I agree. Before
But I like
continuing
stream.
that.
I love stream collaborations. Those are fun.
Yeah, they are very fun. I assume, have you done others with like some of your other friends and stuff? Been on stream?
I've been on their streams a lot. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, but they're very small as well, so it's never been like a I've never been on a huge stream.
Gotcha. Let's go ahead and start off with Sonic 3 Air here. I feel like this doesn't really need much of an introduction at all. It's the oldest of all of these projects. It overhauls Sonic 3. You know, obviously we have the full experience of Sonic 3 and Knuckles. We have some customization stuff we can do, you know, the same that we've seen before. Enabling some things, Sonic 1, Sonic, or Roll Lock. You know, do we want the peel out, drop dash, all that stuff. And we're going to do Sonic 3 and Knuckles as Knuckles, obviously. And as you see here, we actually start. I don't think this is custom. It might be custom, this little starting platform here. I think it may have been added on. I can't quite remember if this is part of the normal level design or not. But yeah, that's where the Mushroom Hill cutscene is now.
Nice, that's cool. Yeah, it's like in Triple Trouble they did that too.
Mm-hmm. Triple Trouble 16-bit. What are your thoughts on that? I do remember that you had a video, but I know that Noah has updated it quite a bit since that video. So I'm curious if you've gotten the chance to replay it since then.
Not since that update. From what I can tell, I think if all of the changes are in the video that he demonstrated that aren't just like bug fixes, then I think it's largely the same game aside from a few changes to like bosses. Knuckles has a unique final boss now, I think was added. It was one of the big ones.
Mm-hmm.
And then more checkpoints on the final elevator, but that's the same content still.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if there's, maybe chat knows for sure, but I don't think there was like any big releases, so I think my opinion would still be the same. But yeah, I loved it. I thought it was a really fun time. I think if it was a little longer, could easily be like a nice rival to 3 and K. Like as a successor.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I really had a good time with it.
Beats. I don't think following matters for collabs as long as whatever topic is similar to what you both usually do. Yeah, you're right. I mean, that's just kind of me being like I just kind of wanted to address it because at least for me personally, I don't like I have this I don't know if this is like a insecurity in the right place, but it's like when there's such like an obvious elephant in the room, I like it just like I like to point it out as it's not a like reason for the situation. Like in my Legacy of Solaris video, I talk about, you know, why I think it's the best way to experience Sonic 06, and you know, the elephant in the room being, well, what about P06? You know, so like, I guess that's just kind of a me thing, but yeah, I get it. I just don't know if the style that Bick and I have would even, I don't know if it would mesh.
Right, it's
at all.
If we wanted to do a collaboration with anyone, if anyone wants to do it, then they'll do it just because it's fun and they want to.
Yeah.
You're right, it doesn't matter about the numbers. Yeah, it's just a matter of having that idea, like, oh, we have to do this, you know, and if that's not there, then there's no need to force it, so.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
In the meantime, I'm cool with the streams. Those have always been really fun because I feel like I'm not under any. I'm not scrutinizing myself to make anything. I'm just enjoying being.
Yeah, that's why I figured this would be a good thing because the whole reason I asked you, I guess if anyone's curious how this came to be, is well, one, Bick's been on the stream before. It's been a while, but he's been on and has
a few times.
Yeah, and has joined the streams before. I was going to do this for, you know, Sonic Origins Plus, kind of doing a cheeky little, the fans did it better than Sega, as the internet loves. So, yeah. You know, I'm pretty self-aware with what I'm doing here. And Bick's Origins video popped up in my For You page, which doesn't make any sense because I've already watched it, but whatever, it was there again. And I was like,
loves doing that.
Yeah, and I was like, you know what? Why don't I ask him? So here we are.
Yeah, it popped up in a lot of people's pages somehow. That was wild.
It did. It's your most popular video, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, totally. Like, after the first PO6 video blew up, I was like, well, that's, you know, lightning in a bottle. Like, that's, you don't get 2 viral videos close together, and then it, you know, it actually ended up surpassing it, and I was like, just, yeah, it made my summer. That was...
Oh, for sure.
It was really exciting.
My personal belief is that none of it, like, you can blame the algorithm all you want. Yeah. But my personal belief is that the video content needs to be good.
Has to be good.
If the
Yeah.
video content
I
is
think
good,
I watched your VOD that said that
really,
when you were talking about this. Yeah.
yeah, it's
I've been
that.
keeping up with a few runs.
Oh, nice. It's not about, you know, there is luck involved. Like maybe you do have a highly valuable, like good video, and the algorithm didn't hit it. But at the end of the
Mania
day,
was
if
made
the
in
videos,
2017, and then
yeah,
it just randomly recirculated.
yeah, were you talking about the Mania video?
Yeah, my review. Yeah, it's a
Yeah, that you made,
review.
yeah, on what was it? It was you made it like a week within Sonic Mania releasing.
It was like the next month. I think it was November or a couple months after. It was punctual enough to be relevant. And then I think Origins, that video doing well, just made classic Sonic videos like kind of recirculate. Is my only guess.
Gotcha.
Go on, I interrupted.
No, I don't really remember what I was saying. But
Dang it.
I
I knew that would happen.
You know what? It's fine. I mean, that's part of it, especially since I can't see your
Oh,
face.
the
It's hard to
luck in the
tell when you're
algorithm.
about to talk. So, it's just a.
You're talking about luck in the algorithm, but it has to be
Oh,
good.
yeah. So, with how I understand how the algorithm works, and Bick, maybe if you know some or more about it, feel free to correct me.
Sure.
What I understand about the YouTube algorithm is what it does is it tries, based on the videos that you upload, it tries to find an audience. Like it tries to create an audience for you. And then when you upload a new video, it will distribute to that audience based on the content of the video, what you tag it, what category it's under, all of that stuff. And what happens is a lot of smaller channels, like they try to do one thing and then get sidetracked and like try to do other things. But the thing is the algorithm has determined that your audience is for one specific thing. It's like, when people bring up like, are you going to play anything other than PO6? And it's
Branching out
like,
is very hard.
what? Sorry, what's up?
Branching out is very
Yes.
hard. Yeah.
Yes, until the point where you get like Mr. Beast levels where you're, if you think of the algorithm as a circle, when the circle
Right.
is so wide, anything you do will be encompassed in that circle.
Yeah.
That's why I was even a little bit scared about doing Legacy of Solaris, because it is very close to PO6, but it still is different enough.
Yeah, totally.
But
I have
at
same
the
theory,
end
yeah.
of the day, the value of the video is what's important. Like, there's no algorithm to blame. It's that, and this is a hard truth, and a truth that I maybe scrutinize myself too hard on, is that you're not as good as you think you are. It's a hard thing to accept it and like admit, but it's true. It's you are rewarded based on the value that you give to society in a general sense. Whether that's entertainment or doing something, I guess you could say actually productive, depending on your perspective.
Sure.
And if your videos just don't provide value, well, you may just not be as good as you thought you were.
Hey, people, they vote with their attention, so they really do dictate what is good and bad, or what is popular and not popular. So
Exactly.
it's sort of like that's kind of how you have to look at it. Even it's not even necessarily about making a good video. I mean, make every video with the same level of quality that you want. That's how I treat it, because I definitely would be a little upset if my most popular video was one that I just threw together and was like, what?
That's the worst part.
I mean, at the same time, if they like it, that's great.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, because that was the thing when very long ago, when the No Major Glitches video for the Shadow release blew up, I could not thank myself more for it being a PO6 video. Like, for sticking with PO6, because it's like, what if I made a classic Sonic video and it blew up? Then people, if they wanted to see more of what I produced, they'd want to see more classic Sonic, but I make PO6.
Yeah.
So, that's just kind of the... Stelmo, you are as good as you think you are. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate it.
You got the same level of viewership, even though you're streaming classics.
Yeah, I mean, that's awesome. I'm glad people are here. I'm also streaming at what I would consider probably a better time for the audience. Because the 9 a.m. is mostly, I would say, for me, like a personal choice.
Okay, sure. You say you have a large European audience? Or
Yeah. Well, Sonic's largest base is in Europe. So the 9 a.m. start time is actually great for them, because it's at I think earliest in, Spain or Portugal, I think it's at 1 for them. I don't remember. It's either 6 or 7 hours, and then at the very latest, it's at like 9. So
Yeah.
it works really well for them. And I figured it's summer too, so
Yeah.
it makes
We're
sense. Yeah, more people.
that's
more people are
another.
off.
That's another consideration whenever during the more popular times. Like, I think summer and definitely December are very lucrative months.
Yeah, January is where I know, like between content creators, January is the meme
Yeah.
that everything dies. Yeah.
And it's hard to say if it's because December is so good that it just looks bad by comparison, or if it actually gets worse.
Yeah, in the gaming sphere, just all the new games, and then like all the videos are out on all the new games, and like nothing happens.
Yeah.
12:30 here, yo, let's go.
Nice.
What'd you say, Beats? 1:28 a.m. Well, you're halfway across the world, but I appreciate you being here, man. Also, isn't your sleep schedule like really jacked up?
Yeah, it was last time, right? Beats. Yeah.
I remember that. That's probably the hardest part. Because even Chaos is in Argentina, so he's, I think, 2 hours ahead of where I am. So I think 4 hours ahead of you.
What a beast.
Now, what? I'll be in the correct... What is it called vertically? Because I know it's hemisphere. Is it still hemisphere? When you're talking about east and west?
The north. Oh, I would assume so, but yeah, I don't actually
the
know
east
if
and
I've
western
heard that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyone in a science class recently? I'll take that as a no. All right. So
No science here.
yeah.
Maybe history, geography, something.
The only physics I know are sonic physics.
That's true.
I guess to talk about Sonic 3, I mean, there's not really a whole lot to talk about. Sonic 3, my favorite Sonic game ever.
Oh, that's right. I should ask you to stream next chance you get in the Discord.
Oh yeah, my bad. Oh, we're already almost through Marble Garden.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's my bad.
We went on some thoughtful tangents.
Thoughtful tangents, yeah. It's hard to keep away from. Sometimes just when when you're streaming, as it like these big times where I'm collecting my thoughts, that's just like all the things being like, there have to be so many moving parts that work in just the right order.
I've lost. There were topics I started earlier in the stream and then started like 3 new ones and forgot the last. Like it just happened.
Yeah.
So many things.
Mm-hmm. That's probably, I would say, the hardest part with streaming is that you could be like, I've probably had at most like 5 different conversations at once with people. So like trying to jump between what's going on, and of course people call me a pea brain.
Yeah. That's why I could never do a Let's Play. Like I tried, but I would always like lose my train of thought or like focus on the game and go quiet.
Mm-hmm. When you start playing bad because you know you're gonna get destroyed.
And it's just like, even if I'm by myself and not talking to anyone, I just like, it just draw blanks. So I'm like, I'm gonna start reviewing things instead.
I just imagine you just like sitting in a chair staring at a wall. That sounds like a bit right there, actually.
Yeah. I'm gonna start making videos I can make.
I can think of that as like a comedy bit, like it's just you with an over the shoulder thing, just like staring at a wall for like a couple seconds, and then you just turn it. It's like, you know what? I'm gonna make a Sonic video, and then it just goes into.
I think I did something like that in an old video once.
Really?
It was like a 50% transparent zoom in of my face panning across, having like an existential moment at what I just witnessed.
That's awesome. So there are Eastern, Western, Northern, and Southern. Okay, so they are just still called hemispheres.
What about diagonal? No.
Yeah, the diagonal. Yeah, what if we pizza cut the Earth? Then what happens?
Earth is a pie.
Yeah, eat your heart out, flat earthers. Earth is a pizza.
Earth is a pizza. 100% baked.
Square pizza or triangle? Square pizza does taste better, so I would say square.
Yeah, what is the deal with that? Like, where's the
I guess it's a St. Louis thing. It's just a joke that like pizza cut in squares is better. Because I don't think outside of St. Louis like thin crust pizza is really a thing, is it?
You can get it from like, the chains and stuff like Domino's and Pizza Hut. They all have it. I think it's because just thin, like maybe the square pizza is generally a thin crust and it's crunchy. I don't know. Is that it or is it not? Is it usually thick?
Square pizza? Yeah, square pizza is generally thin crust. Like if you try to eat a pizza normally, like just a normal like Papa John's pizza, for example, if you cut it into squares. I mean, though essentially, isn't that what like cheese sticks are?
Maybe.
You know, they're cut in rectangles, so I guess it's not
like
quite a square.
Some like mind games at play, like the shape like actually affects the like how music affects the joy of a game. Like maybe the shape of the food affects the texture. Maybe it's.
Well, you could convince yourself that there are more pizza slices because it's square.
You could really fool yourself by putting two of the triangles together.
A pizza sandwich, a calzone.
Now, but yeah, you put the two triangles together. Now, depending on the size, it's a square, again.
Yeah. Well, it's like if you're on a diet and you're just gonna have one piece of pizza, but you just never cut the pizza.
One piece to rule them all.
One piece of pizza. Oh shit! I forgot about this part.
Oh yeah, don't want to die.
I always forget. I think 3 and Knuckles, I don't think it's been done better since in 3 and Knuckles, with Knuckles having like a different adventure.
Oh, sure.
That takes advantage of his abilities over Sonic and Tails. Like, I don't remember if Triple Trouble 16-bit did it a good amount. I know that Angel Island was like exclusive to Knuckles.
I remember there are new routes. Sunset Park, is that the second zone?
To be honest with you, I don't remember.
Yeah.
I've only played
that one has
Trouble
a unique
once.
route. Yeah, that one definitely has a unique route.
I guess that makes sense considering there's that Metal Sonic, Knuckles boss fight there.
Yeah, that was I knew nothing about Triple Trouble, so it was cool seeing the.
As cool as it was, I am kind of sad that we didn't get to have a like a 2D. We've never had a 2D Knuckles v Sonic fight. You know, it's always been against Knuckles, because like the one in Sonic Advance, and then of course the one in 3 Knuckles. Oh jeez,
that's true.
My favorite game. I have to pretend like I'm good at it.
Yeah. Is it your favorite game overall?
Oh shit. I don't know if I could pinpoint a favorite game of all time. For a while, it was Super Metroid.
Yeah,
and Super Metroid is still absolutely up there. It's one of just I love that game so much
too. Yeah,
it's so good. Another one that's up there is Borderlands 2.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, even though it's a bit out of the realm of what people know me for in terms of platformers. Yeah,
sure. Yeah,
Borderlands 2 is a great game. I actually like Borderlands 1 quite a bit as well, but I think that's nostalgia factor because my brother was in college by the time Borderlands 2 came out, so we didn't get to do co-op. We did a lot of co-op Borderlands 1.
Nice.
Gosh, other favorite games of all time. Of course, we have Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Sonic PO6, unsurprisingly.
No, yeah.
Though I don't think that Sonic PO6 is the best Sonic fan game out there. I think that title goes to Sonic Roboblast 2.
I was gonna say, I had a feeling that would be the one.
It's tough. It's classic Sonic in 3D.
So would that also be in your top 10?
I guess it would have to be by standard. But if we had to go with, I guess I should say that I think, like, in terms of my favorite, Roboblast, or PO6 overtakes Roboblast, but in terms of what is the best fan game, Roboblast overtakes PO6. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. I've heard that sentiment a lot, and sometimes I think it gets taken a little out of context.
Yeah.
But like,
sorry, hold on. Are you guys seeing on I'm getting on my stream preview that like it's flickering black? Are you guys seeing that on stream?
I don't
it's
see
really
it.
strange. I've never seen that.
Looks good to me.
It like every few seconds, just like real quickly went to black. That must have just been my stream preview then. Just wanted to make sure.
That's good. Yeah, the streamer nightmare.
Yeah.
Something's been going wrong when you looked away for 5 minutes.
That happened earlier because the internet people came to work on the thing, but I was in the middle of streaming, so I didn't hear them come. And I was like, 5 minutes had gone by, and like, you know, I would say I'm fairly used to, you know, sometimes the chat is just completely dead. Yeah. And, you know, I'm used to that. And So I just think nothing of it when people don't type for a little bit of time. But I looked over and I was like, oh my God. I've been disconnected for like 15 minutes, or not 15 minutes, 15 seconds.
Wow.
I was like, oh crap. Nerd Artist, thanks for the raid, man. How was your stream? No, but the bit rate keeps dropping. I can't say that. The bit rate is constant over here. I'm not dropping any frames at all. Throughout the
frame
whole
rate's still solid.
We've dropped.
But yeah, the bit rate on mine is a little low, like lower than like what you're streaming for me here on Discord. But
oh yeah,
it's probably
on
just
Discord.
connection.
Yeah, I would guess maybe Carnival Night might be the culprit. There is a lot of red. Twitch doesn't do too well with red stages. Like I know when I play PO6, Crisis City and Flame Core in particular can get pretty.
Dang.
Yeah, I was like, I'm streaming at the max bit rate Twitch allows, so it must just be Carnival Night. Thankfully, what I found out is OBS actually has what is it, CRF, like constant rate, like the same thing that Handbrake has.
Oh yeah.
So I use that now, and ooh, it looks smooth.
Yeah.
Oh my God. How many deaths is that, chat?
In 3 and K or in total?
Either way, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I would imagine we're probably above 10 from CD and all the times
Death
I died
Egg
in
Robot,
Sonic 2. Yeah, the Death Egg Robot.
Yeah, added quite a few.
Oops. But yeah, I think so. I apologize for the pixelation. I think that's just Carnival Night. Not a whole lot I can do about that, unfortunately.
One of its tricks.
Yeah, it's one of the attractions.
Knuckles shut the power out.
Yeah.
Along with the internet.
I wonder if eventually one day that videos for Sonic 3 will get copyrighted for the Ice Cap Carnival Night and...
Yeah, I don't know. It's like... Oh, that was close. I know, it's such a bummer, because
I'm
like...
struggling with this boss fight. Woo! Is there a special ring here? I already used it. Yeah, I really hope they don't.
It's like, Ice Cap never allowed to be heard? It's like, no.
Yeah, all the remixes
to
too. Though remixes, I feel like, are generally pretty safe. Because they're transformative.
Tricks are for kids. Indeed.
It's one of Dr. Eggman's diabolical traps. I think that's from this manual for Sonic 3.
Leaves out a bowl of tricks to lure you in.
Do you know about that little factoid?
No, actually.
I think it's in the manual for Sonic 3. It's like, watch out for Dr. Eggman's diabolical schemes. Like, it was to justify Sonic being, like, sometimes getting stuck in a wall. Or any, like, glitch that would happen. It was
That's
called,
funny.
Yeah. I was like, that's
Some
pretty
things
creative.
never change.
Yeah. Oof.
That is pretty cool. I feel like there's another example I'm thinking of where that happened, but... where it's maybe, like, some type of fog was used to, like, disguise draw distance or something.
That's...
Actually...
Any N64 game.
Yeah, I was going to say, that did happen in Spider-Man 2000. I think there was another 2D example, something like that. But yeah, like a trap, a trick like that.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like a glitch full on. They mentioned the camera in Adventure, like don't worry if it moves around.
Oh,
you
really?
Talk to that kid.
Yeah, I guess
like,
Dreamcast Adventure didn't have the free cam option.
Yeah, it'll say, like, don't worry if the view suddenly changes. It does that.
Speaking of Trick's favorite cereal? I think I'm going to be basic and just say Honey Nut Cheerios.
That was the one I used to eat a lot before school.
I was a big fan of that one. Honey Bunches of Oats are also very good.
Yeah, I frequented that one before. I haven't had cereal
nice.
in a long time now.
Thanks to Bick for joining us. Yeah, I hope you have a good day at work, Need 420. Thanks for hanging out, and thanks for those gift subs, man. I appreciate it.
Woo! Need 420 speed. Wow.
Yeah, it's great. I don't really know what to call him. I call him Need 420. But
yeah.
I feel like that's still not right. Like, I can't just call him Need. You know, that,
it's too short, but there's so much more. But how much is too much? It's a long name.
Well, or like, I could, if I could call him Need for Speed, but then that's not the right name.
Yeah.
Just call you Speed?
Is he the only one with that in his name?
Yeah, I think so.
Well.
I don't think, if there is with somebody else, I don't think I'd call him Speed for any reason. Speed. Oh yeah, I forgot that Carnival Night Act 2 with Knuckles is just running simulator.
Wow. Well, yeah, not doing the special stages definitely like shaves a lot of time off the total runtime.
Oh yeah, because we're through. I mean, we've been live for 2.5 hours. Is that right?
Let's see.
Has it really been that
2:46.
long? My goodness. Well, we're right on schedule then.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Plowing through the classics.
Yep. I would imagine because with doing the emeralds, it took me about 4 hours. Yeah, I forgot the snow doesn't appear here. So, you're right on time. Sorry, I can't say long. Have fun with Sonic 3 is so goated. I agree. Thank you, Cloud Artist, and thank you for the raid, man. I appreciate you. Thanks for thinking of us.
Farewell.
Cloud Nerd Artist. It doesn't have the same ring to it.
Yeah. Cloud the nerd artist.
Cloud the Nerd Artist. Oh, I didn't even realize that was in there.
The
Nerd
track.
call him
They
Need
don't want you to
420.
hear.
I do call him Need 420, but calling him Need for Speed just isn't the right name at all.
Yeah.
So.
Like, yeah, it's such a deliberate name. Like,
I
he
never
would've called
understood
himself that.
how Knuckles can't break this wall, but he can break this one. My only justification is that he's in the air, but you could also glide to that point. So
Are you not supposed to go that way, or is it possible?
that's the Sonic route. If you want to
Then,
do
yeah,
it,
they just code it differently. Probably.
yeah, the thing that I really like about 3 Air is it started the Knuckles and Tails trend, which I think is in Origins now. I think you can even play as Amy in Tails in Origins Plus too, which is pretty cool.
Oh. That's
But
cool.
yeah, that came from Sonic 3 Air. I'm like 99% sure Knuckles and Tails came from Sonic 3 Air, and it's cool because you can use the Tails assist to take the Sonic routes with Knuckles, and I think there's actually an achievement for that in Marble Garden and in Ice Cap.
That's pretty cool. Is it still headcanon working on part of Origins at least?
I don't know. I
'Cause I think
have not
yeah.
been following Origins at all.
Yeah. 'Cause I know he
ever
was,
since
he
it
was
came out.
responsible for the 3K port.
Origins was just kind of my guinea pig for doing a giveaway stream, in all honesty. Like, I probably could have just gone
and
without doing it.
And a free mission mode, yeah.
Yeah, the mission mode was fun to make a video on.
Yeah.
But the mission mode was actually pretty fun, though. I really did
yeah,
like
there's
the
definitely some
DLC
good
ones.
ones in there. Yeah.
I do feel bad, though, because I completed the Tails one and Flying Battery on my first try.
Nice.
Which I know was a very, like, hard one for a lot of people.
Yeah, it's last for a reason, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, is it the very last mission?
I believe so.
See you later,
yeah.
Timestamp. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Have a good one.
That makes sense.
Yeah, you kind of have to control your own recklessness on it. It can be, if depending on how you play, you can make it the hardest thing imaginable.
Yeah.
By just going for it.
Mm-hmm. One thing that is a little weird about 3 and Knuckles, at least when you're playing as Knuckles, is that there's certain terrain that he doesn't, like, do his little, like, recovery animation on. And it can throw you off, especially on smaller platforms. Like here in Ice Cap, when you're in the water section, the little tiny platforms that float, if you glide on top of them, Knuckles doesn't fall into his recovery animation. He keeps running, so you can just slip right off a lot of the time, which is pretty annoying.
Yeah, that would have been wild if they put Ice Cap in the Sonic 2nd movie, but not in Origins. Imagine they get away with an orchestral arrangement, a little motif in the background.
No, jeez.
They missed their chance.
Oh. Yeah, these platforms here. So Knuckles, normally when he falls, he does that little crouch. Or you can just die instead.
Wow.
So
Chemical
much-
plant.
It is Chemical Plant all over again. Oh, of course, we're back at the beginning. I do forget, too, that Knuckles just overall has a shorter campaign.
Oh, really?
Because we're not going to
What
play...
gets cut?
We're not going to play Death Egg. Carnival
Oh.
Night, Act 2 is, like I said, running simulator.
Yeah.
I think... Well, like, because we don't have to collect... Oh, my God. Because we don't have to collect the emeralds. Yeah, just
It definitely shortens
ignore
it a
that.
lot.
Ignore that. This is the
Yeah.
first attempt of Ice Cap 2, I swear. For everyone who's going to be on the YouTube video. Oh, man.
You said, was it Mushroom Hill is your favorite zone?
Mushroom Hill is my favorite zone, yeah. I love
think
the
mine
the
too.
music. I love the... It seems like the highest budget zone, in all honesty, with the changing weather aesthetic.
Yeah, we were just talking about that. How we wanted a zone that like changed weather
Oh,
halfway
yeah,
through.
yeah.
I guess that is like the equivalent in 2D so
Yeah.
far.
Definitely also more like changing terrain too, like going from a Neo Green Hill in Sonic Advance actually does that. You go from a beach to a more
Yeah.
actually a lot. I think only Neo Green Hill does that where it kind of starts at the beach and then goes into more structures that look like what you're going to see in Secret Base.
I guess Superstars is going to do that because it has the sunset to night transition at the end of that
Oh,
first
does it?
zone.
I haven't seen it. Oh, son of a bit. Oh,
Nice. Saved by the
totally
ring.
intentional.
That is a cool secret. But yeah,
Yeah.
it right before that, the Eggman boss, it like transitions from sunset to like a more of a night where it's like just about to set.
Mm,
Looks really nice.
it's cool. Yeah, so I guess we're getting the Sonic 3 style cutscenes then.
We're definitely getting like zone transitions where it goes right into Act 2 and it's like a little different.
Mm-hmm. Superstars might be, just from what we've seen so far, a game that I will actually be personally disappointed. Because like Frontiers,
if it's not good.
Yeah, Frontiers is it's a new thing, so it's like, you know, if
No
I'm disappointed,
expectation.
whatever. The new thing didn't work, but like, oh man,
Yeah, I know. If
With that
Superstars,
first trailer is so good
yeah,
for Superstars.
I was shocked at how many. Well, I guess I'm not shocked that there are Sonic skeptics, but like I was so happy when I saw it. I didn't think like, oh, classic Sonic again, because it actually looked good. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like I don't have the classic Sonic fatigue because there's been too much classic Sonic. It's because I haven't done it right.
Yeah,
so many
right.
times. It's like the reason we rolled our eyes on Forces is because we knew it was not even as good as Generations or Mania, and it came out right then. So this just, and it looks better than Sonic 4. It looks better than, it's just, I think visually it's gonna be a beauty. I haven't seen it in person, so
Yeah.
but, you know, we saw the trailer, and that's probably pretty accurate to what it's gonna be
Yeah,
like. At least for
I
those
would
two
say.
zones.
Haven't seen the Switch version though. I did want to get it on the
I probably
Switch.
never will.
I would imagine you don't have a Switch, maybe.
I think I do, but I just, you know, recording on PC is so much easier.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it's not an Epic Games exclusive.
Yeah, we'll see for a whole year before it comes out.
Yeah, that would be. I understand why they do it, and I mean it's not the biggest deal in the world, but still kind of sad.
Yeah, because I'd like to have everything in one place, especially if it's already like an existing franchise.
Yeah, it's not like Sonic is unknown to being on Steam. Like the entire series is on Steam at this point.
Yeah, I know. So yeah,
I love
like,
Sonic.
if there's like achievements, I'll do that and stuff.
I love Sonic
Here's Oakland.
Frontiers. I enjoy 2D Sonic and 3D Sonic. That's great. Team Rocket.
Awesome. Yeah, I think.
No complaints here.
Yeah, I'm probably the same for me.
If you're new to the stream, my opinion, if you give me an opinion about a Sonic game, it's either I agree with you or I'm glad that you can find fun in it that I can't.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't bother me that much if people have a different opinion about a video game than I do. It doesn't change my enjoyment of said video game.
Yeah. Although sometimes I use someone
that's
else's
true,
joy
Violence.
to maybe point something out that I hadn't considered before.
What do you mean?
Like, I might not like something, and then they tell me something about it, and I'm like, well, this changes everything. And
Yeah,
now
no,
suddenly-
you can, yeah. Changing your opinion. Shockingly, something that, at least in my time on the internet, I've noticed is that people really like to dig their roots. And,
Yeah, because you
I
look
don't
like
know.
a hypocrite if you change it. And
Yeah.
it's like, but we're young. And
but it's
humans-
also not
we
being a hypocrite. Like, changing what you
Being
think
honest.
based on new information is not
Yeah.
hypocritical.
You're not being, needlessly stubborn.
Yeah. Myself, I've enjoyed the games, and the massives have hated, and I don't know. I mean, you can comment whatever you want. I mean, I wouldn't say that there's not everybody on the internet is as gracious as maybe we are, if I'm even considered gracious, but I think this is the wrong way. I remember. If you
Yeah,
go
I just
left or
don't
right
feel
from
the need
checkpoint.
to rain on anyone's parade, you know?
Yeah, it's like, what's the point of me being like, you're wrong?
Yeah,
Why
like,
do you why do
I'll
you
do
like
it-
Retail 06? You know?
I'll do it in a video as like a constructive sort of thing, and just to be like, well, I gotta be honest, but
Yeah.
but yeah, it's mainly just like, because that way, if the main thing is I want to suggest something that like I know wouldn't completely ruin it for someone who likes it the way it is, within
Mhm.
reason, because obviously at some point you draw a line, you just like different things.
Yeah.
But if it's a suggestion that I think would make this person who already likes it even more, then I think it's definitely worth saying.
Oh yeah, so like, just kind of like something that would be fun for the people that already like the game.
Like it might be like I might not like the game, and if this was in it, I would like it. And if the people who do like the game had this change, they'd like it even more. So like everybody wins. So I feel like there's no need to hold my tongue on that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's not just being like, pretentious.
That's kind of what I thought about the silver spin jump, if I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
When it came to PO6, it was like, not going to harm anything. And if you don't like it, don't use it.
Yeah, I think there's a limit on the philosophy a bit. Sonic's pretty immune to it, though, because it's so forward-moving focused. Like, if the game was more about, if it was like a Mega Man game and it was more about, like, overcoming a very specific challenge, and then they're like, we're just going to put, like, a health drop code so, like, you can just keep refilling every now and then. And it's like, well, that kind of
takes you out of the challenge.
Yeah, it changes, and it's like, well, just don't
accessibility,
use it.
There is, ironically enough, a limit to accessibility where it's just like, okay. Because then you kind of have the thing where there are certain games. Oh, I'm absolutely going to die to this. Or maybe not.
This is really cool, actually. 2 at once.
Have you never played Knuckles' story in Sonic 3?
I have not, no.
Oh shit.
So,
yeah, it's essentially
I like
the hard
all this
mode.
New stuff.
He goes through different sections and just experiences a different story. I guess the story is technically set after.
Is that the bickuribox12?
I don't know.
Yep.
How many Yu-Gi-Oh cards have they made?
Geez, reprints. I mean, that's good lord.
I bet there's a law. Anyone who's new to the stream, Stelmo's opinion is law? Absolutely. If you don't share the same sentiment I have about everything in life, because
stick around, well, let's fight.
Stick around. I will fight you about the things that we both like. I never really thought of this as a strategy for this boss, but I'll take it.
Yeah,
it
it's
means
like,
not dying.
there was some boss that was just like that. I feel like I just played. Maybe
Toad
it was in,
Man.
like Triple Trouble or something. Yeah.
Toad Man from, what is that, Mega Man 4?
4, yeah.
I've never played the classic games other than 2, but
sure.
I've seen all of them in action in one way or another, and Toad Man is pretty iconic. I would assume.
the old back and forth.
Yeah, forward and back. X3 has a boss like that as well. I think it's Tunnel Rhino.
Oh yeah, it does. There was, let's see, there was a Sonic boss where actually that's in a thing I'm gonna do a video on, so I guess I won't spoil it.
Ooh, wait,
that's why.
A Mega Man video?
No, it's a Sonic video, but it's I was working on this before the Frontiers first update came out, and then it just got delayed, took so long, and then that update came out, and I had to prioritize that. Then the Silver update came out, I had to prioritize that, so I got double delayed, but yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. We had such a long drought. What was it, 5 years without anything new in Sonic other than, I guess, the movie? And now it's like, we're drowning in it. Like, shit just
we got it.
Shit just keeps coming out for Sonic, like movies, and I don't know who was like, let's turn up the budget on Sonic the Hedgehog, but I can't say I'm upset about it.
Because Iizuka always says, like, he knows what the next project is going to be. So I have a feeling, like, I can imagine being in his position and like, releasing, like, Forces and something and being like, all right, guys, don't be too worried. Like, there's stuff coming. Like, hearing about how there's the drought and, like, too much classic Sonic, too much Green Hill, and then it's like, they're working on Superstars, they've got Frontiers.
Yeah, they got Frontiers, all these new projects. I guess it makes me wonder. I think that knowing, like, the actual, like, budgets and what was happening behind the scenes at Sonic Team between Forces and Frontiers will definitely shed light on why there wasn't why there was such a drought of Sonic stuff. I would imagine it just all came down to money and corporate politics, if I had to guess.
I think I heard that Kishimoto was not going to be developing Frontiers back whenever it was Rangers, and then they brought him back on board whenever, like, that team, I don't know, they didn't like the direction or something, and then Kishimoto would, like, completely change it. So I guess it wasn't going to be Open Zone Breath of the Wild at first. And that's why it had a different title, and that's interesting to see, or, like, to hear about that. It might have just been a different game, like what that team's vision would have been.
Yeah, Because that's the thing too, is you can't think like it wasn't that all 5 years of development were spent on the Frontiers that we got. Like there were probably a lot of other versions, and like you said, a lot of other games that
Most of it
Frontiers.
was probably the soundtrack. Wouldn't be surprised, but they, separate people working on that. So.
Yeah. Flow into the light.
Flow into it, yeah. I wonder what the next one will be like. Well, if it'll be a Frontiers 2, or if it'll
Run
like,
away from the
zone.
dark. Oh, you're talking about the game.
Yeah. But yeah, style of music as well. I wonder if what they'll embrace next time.
Yeah. I mean, I personally would love a soundtrack that's as varied as Sonic Adventure.
Of course.
Would you say that Sonic Adventure is probably the most like varied sound-wise, like in terms of genre?
Probably. I think that, and man, it's so hard to say because there are some that like have variety, but they feel like clumped up. Like Adventure 2 is like that. It has like 5, 6 different genres, but
the ones anyone
concentrated.
remembers are all the same genre, though. Because I mean, like,
yeah, of course.
I would imagine maybe like the most hardcore of Adventure 2 fans remember the Dry Lagoon theme. But
yeah, exactly. As we do,
and
as I do. Yeah.
Yeah, and the Knuckles raps, of course.
Yeah, well, those are unforgettable. Yes.
They
no one's
are
gonna forget
the
those.
smartest decision ever made.
Yeah. Yeah, iconic for sure.
They're
beats.
so cheesy. It's just the best.
Yeah, they're really fun. They're just good at making catchy songs. It's really impressive.
Yeah, how in a series as long running as Sonic is, like they're still
I think
able
it's right
to
up
make...
there with Final Fantasy, like with like the consistency.
Mm-hmm.
Of course,
I've never
I haven't
actually
played
played
all the
a Final Fantasy game.
Me either. Well, I played a bit of 7, but I haven't beaten any of them.
I want to. I have played a little bit of the 7 remake.
Right.
Because it was like $40. It was on sale. I was like, that'll probably be cool to have in the collection.
Yeah.
But ooh, here we go. Mushroom Hill time.
Woo.
God, I don't know what it is. I think the nostalgia I have for this zone is because this is the zone that I know the best out of any classic zone because of the search for the Super Emeralds.
Oh, that's true.
And I think knowing the design like the back of my hand in Mushroom Hill definitely helps with my liking of it.
Mewby Boy says, imagine forgetting the Knuckles raps.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I am so sorry if the Knuckles raps are not your musical taste. Like, I'm genuinely sorry because
Yeah,
you're
I
just
know
really
a lot of
missing
people
out.
Yeah, I know. It's like, because I don't know if it's better if you don't like rap. They might be better.
I don't know.
Because, like, it's not too conventional, and it's old now, so it's like more the classic kind of sound.
Like
where,
more hip-hoppy than
more
more
sampling
mumble
was
rap
more
or whatever.
authentic. Yeah, there's none of that, so I think it might be why I enjoy it, perhaps. But
Give me the emeralds or die. I don't love you.
Yeah. Who could forget? And the
Oh,
conversation in
That's-
Death Chamber.
That's Wild Canyon, and then Death Chamber is Death Chamber.
Sonic, what are you doing? That's what he swears. That's why the game's E10 for the lyrics.
Is it really? Wait,
Yeah.
where does he swear in Death Chamber?
He says, you're damn right.
Oh yeah, you're damn right, Knuckles.
And then there's Rouge, she's sexy and smooth.
Yeah. Ooh-wee. Too bad that plot line got dropped after
Rouge
Adventure
and
2,
Knuckles.
and they went for Rouge and Shadow instead. Probably the better route, but I don't know.
They kind of like had a bit of a fusion in 06. Like it was
Yeah.
like Rouge and they weren't the love interest anymore, but they were that rivalry.
Knuckles, that's like the only cutscene I remember. I think that's like the last cutscene where Knuckles actually does anything.
Hey, what?
Or Tails. Right?
Yeah.
Like, they don't do anything. Yeah, like, they're just
I don't
there
think so.
sometimes. It's been so long since I've
That
watched
is
the cutscenes.
that's one of the
closely.
cutscenes I remember the most too, and it's still there are some great moments throughout that game.
I think that's something that, not Adventure 1, I would say, but I'm also less familiar with Adventure 1, is that Adventure 2 and 06 get the moments.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, they have good moments. As
Absolutely.
fucking awful as I would say pardon my French, but I don't care. As awful
Too late.
as awful as 06's story is, I think it and Adventure 2 do really good job with the emotion. They do a really good job at making you feel.
Yeah, you have to, like, that's just like the game itself. I feel like, I don't know if it would have been much better, but at least would have been less rushed, and maybe at least wouldn't have been captured so much.
Yeah,
if it had more time. So.
I do agree with what Pariah said in that, like, at least had to be captured all the time, because since she's a human character, she couldn't be with Sonic all the time as a gameplay.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not even that bothered by that part. It's more just like it. I feel like it's one of those things. Yeah, Lisa Mech, that's awesome. I think that's one of those things where, like, they watch some Call Me Johnny's review and then they're like, oh yeah, she does get captured a lot. That sucks. And then that's kind of like the consensus. Like, maybe they didn't really come to that themselves, but maybe they did.
I do. Oh, well, I remember it wasn't my first experience with 06 because I played the regular game, but I can't really remember my first experience. But it would say that, yeah, like, some Call Me Johnny's review is the stock opinion.
Sure, yeah.
Which makes sense considering,
back then.
You know.
Yeah, and that's obviously not his fault at all.
Yeah, no. It's
that is the people.
Yeah.
He just destroyed that thing.
The Hyper Knuckles will do that.
Yeah.
This is normally where I'm used to actually having the super form and obliterating the game beyond this point.
It's crazy. I had such an easier time. I think it was the widescreen doing the special stages on Origins compared to normal.
Blue Sphere?
Yeah, because like I didn't have to I didn't use a single continue. I got them all first try.
Wow.
Except for one where I I think like I was messing up a jump input. Like or maybe I didn't. I think I didn't know where to go. Is that one where you like go in a straight line and then turn into a big square?
Oh yeah, and like you only have, like you have to do it perfectly.
There's like one you have to like jump over one to land on the bouncy one.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean. I think
that was the only one. Yeah, that was the only one I messed up, and I was like, did I just clear all these first? I'm terrible at these.
Yeah, let Elise be Rescue from Marvel.
Yeah.
Give her the Iron Man suit.
Yeah, for all the things that Frontiers references, they no 06. Unless you count like a Silver reference, if he even was.
Yeah. I'm sorry,
Maybe
I totally spaced out. What'd you just say?
For all the references in Frontiers, there were no 06 ones as far as I can remember.
Yeah.
So
I can't remember.
Wonder if they'll do any. I actually didn't.
Well,
even
there
get
couldn't
most
have
of
been.
those.
You know, if we're with Ian Flynn, the continuity is that 06 was forgotten.
Yeah, is that what his is?
I would imagine. I don't know. Like I said, that's well out of my care zone. But I would imagine like it, with how careful he was with the continuity of the previous games. The fact that 06, like maybe Sonic could have referenced Soliana, but I mean, I honestly think it's better to not do. 06 really
unwrite itself.
06 really perfected Shadow's character. Here we go. Here's something we can go into that will probably take the rest of the playthrough. Do you think? Do you agree with the majority that Shadow is, in quotes, perfected in 06?
To an extent, probably. I think it's my favorite portrayal of him. So yeah, I would say so.
Never mind then. It'd be a longer discussion.
It could be not to say there's not room for him to grow, but I think he had some of his coolest lines, moments. The demeanor was good. He wasn't confused. I think in terms of like the handling, the style, I liked it a lot there.
Yeah. That's it. I was I guess, well, I was thinking maybe if he was your favorite character that there'd be more.
Yeah.
But hey, I mean, I'm okay with the simple answer too, that's for sure.
Are you a part of the majority opinion?
Well, I hate
from what you remember
about 06's story. I would say I don't know if I'm in the minority, other than Shadow kicking Silver in the head, of course.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think just the fact that every character is kind of an idiot in 06. Like, regardless of how cool Shadow is to me, the fact that I know that he's still a moron with the fact that he can time travel at will and that the
Yeah.
characters never fully utilize that it kind of just like these cool moments only exist because the characters are dumb.
So I think that's see. Whenever I see that, I know what you mean. I attribute it more to like lack of clarity on rules.
Yeah.
Like the characters are written to not be dumb. Let's say, though I don't see like if they make a stupid decision, I'm like, oh well, the choice that was written was dumb and not necessarily the characters. But it's just different means to the same end.
I just wish there wasn't time travel. Like, I wish that Silver was... I would have been okay with other dimension
rules.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to say.
It's cool seeing the, like Sonic CD, seeing the past and the future of different areas. That is cool. But it's, just the unexplained boundaries of when you can do it. Like, even if it was just, we don't know where this is going to send us, but we're going to Chaos Control and roll with it.
Yeah. Do you think that literally as simple of a change instead of changing it to time travel? Like, if everything about time travel was just different dimensions, you think it would be better for that reason? Because if you think of it in different dimensions, it kind of makes sense, other than, I guess, Shadow and Silver go into the past.
Yeah, it actually might be more like Dragon Ball Z in that way, where, like, Silver's trying to stop the future from being destroyed, so he wants to go back to the past and, like, change it. So if it was a different dimension, then that wouldn't even be possible.
Motivation with different dimensions would be that Silver's from a dimension that's in ruin. Where Soliana, like, where the events that took place, and is in ruin, and Silver's just trying to save his dimension.
Yeah, it would quite literally be, they do this in Dragon Ball Z, where he just goes back to learn how to kill Iblis.
Gotcha. I have zero experience with Dragon Ball Z. I make the joke that everybody's Gugo. Gugo? That was the most dyslexia I think I've ever had in my life.
I thought that was the joke, honestly. Because that's how unfamiliar you are with it.
How is that Guko? I really fucked that up.
Gugo.
Gugo. Goku. So like Blaze and Sonic Rush? Yeah, and you could have that, Blaze was sealed in a different dimension, which is the fan theory that a lot of people go with anyway, with Blaze. That at the end of 06, she seals herself in the soul dimension, and then all that shit happens. The Mystic!
Indeed.
Thank you so much for the raid. How was your stream, man? It was very nuanced. Instead of paradoxes, branching timelines, it makes a lot more sense. Yeah, I don't know. The thing is,
it's also been a long time since I've watched the story. I mean, I was always pretty passive with video game stories in general, so like I was never terribly bothered. Like I'd never was up in arms about like the fifth, for instance.
Yeah.
Like did everybody get mad, and I'm just like, yeah, I mean, it's funny.
Yeah. I guess I should say, like, I'm not like mad. Like, if you like 06's story, cool.
No.
If if you like the elements of the story, then cool. I will say though that Shadow does have the best moments. Like, probably my favorite moment in the game, other than the kick scene because that's cheating, is the line between Sonic and Shadow, the "Don't be late" and "Same to you."
Oh yeah, love that. That's right by the what? Knuckles?
Yeah, I think that's the same cutscene actually.
Yeah.
It's just cool to see Shadow, because 06 is like the only game where we get to see Sonic and Shadow interact, like outside of Shadow being like either on the evil side or just doesn't remember anything.
Yeah,
like
he was
Shadow as a fully realized character, or I guess having completed his arc. Yeah, is the only time, I guess, unless you consider Sonic Battle, but.
Right, yeah.
Sonic Battle also has its own issues. Now, I will disclose, kind of like in the same boat as you, that maybe a lot of my opinions are skewed because most of my experience with 06's story is through the lens of other people's perspectives, not watching the cutscenes myself. But 06's cutscenes are also 3 hours long, and I don't know if I have 3 hours to dedicate to a story that I don't like.
Yeah.
Mystic, thank you so much for gifting a tier 1 sub to the community. If you just got that gift sub, enjoy that gem and all the emotes that go along with it. And Mystic, thank you so much for supporting the stream.
Incredible. So, safe to assume you skipped the cutscenes when you played retail on stream?
Yeah, when I played retail on stream, absolutely. Other than the cutscene, of course. And for the fans, I let the final Shadow cutscene play out.
Of course, yeah. Yeah.
Even though personally I don't like that much either. But Thornless Horse. Thank you so much for resubscribing with Prime Gaming. I'm honored to be your Prime Gaming stream. Blah. I always confuse subscriber and streamer when I say that. Thank you so much, man. I'm honored to be your Prime Gaming streamer. Enjoy that gem and all the emotes that go along with it. And thank you for the continued support. Almost to that blue gem, actually. That's pretty crazy.
Woo.
I can quite happily take Battle Story as canon. I think Battle Story is, well, canon in some sense.
Probably.
What is a
Who
Gorm?
knows?
I have no idea. You'll have to ask Gormless Horse. Well, I guess they wouldn't know either.
Gormless? Yeah, they don't. Well, they know they don't have one.
Yeah, exactly. So they
Must-
wouldn't
they
know
must
what it
know
is.
some-
Well,
they must know something.
I guess you would have to know what it is to know you don't have it.
Indeed. Tell us, Magic Man.
Tell us, Gorm. Or Gormless, I should say. Gormless has been a really long time supporter. They're the first person to get a Chow, actually.
Ooh.
Pretty hype.
That's cool.
Yeah, it kind of stinks that sometimes with the with the predictions that you can kind of shortcut the Chow, but you know, I take that as good gambling. Here's a bickuribox content. I hope you're both doing wonderfully. You have advice for speedrunning Silver, like a guide? Last time I coached your stream, giving it a go. Yes, I do have. If you check either in the Discord or just on my channel, I have a playlist for PO6 tutorials, and I've completed Silver's story, beginner tutorials. Guillermo was in Advanced 3, so battle had to happen. Yeah, or it's just a robot and it's a reference, you know. That could be
Those
it
games
too.
were pretty close together, so I think the likelihood of them being tied is a lot higher than probably other games.
The hard thing is nowadays is like people won't believe it unless it's actually explicitly stated. Like implication doesn't exist anymore.
Sure, and then there's like, the developers might just be throwing stuff together.
Like there's a select few out there that believe that, like, for the sake of example, I guess I may be opening. You know what? I'm gonna do the right thing and not say that. Never mind. You'll never know. Nailin, thank you so much for gifting a tier 1 sub to Novastar. Novastar, if you're around and you are able, give some Stelmo Pogs and Stelmo Gems over to Nailin. Thank you so much for supporting the stream. I appreciate you, dude. Let's go. We got a hype train going. That's pretty cool. For Sonic 3 and Knuckles, I can't say I'm upset about that.
Nice.
I guess I should be on the other side of this guy. Think about it. Let's go. If you want to continue the hype train, you got 4 minutes and 30 seconds to gift a sub yourself, or gift some bits. I absolutely don't require it at all. My content's always free. Only sub if you truly want to support. I also love how this guy just yeets himself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just yeets himself. Violus, thank you so much for gifting a tier 1 sub to Elise. Elise, enjoy that gem and all the emotes that go along with it. And Violus, thank you so much for supporting the stream. And there we go, our level 2 hype train.
Ooh.
Let's go.
Elise.
Ollie. Elise. Poor Jason. All of the voice actors in that stream. Yo, the Mystic just gifting 5 tier 1 subs. Holy crap! Here we go. I'm gonna have a lot of people to thank after this. Not that I'm upset about it. I greatly appreciate the support, everybody. If you, sweet money.
Yeah, I definitely lost to that fight when I first played it. Well, maybe not lost, but didn't figure it out.
Oh, the golem. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I'm on the wrong side. Oh.
If you just got a sub from Mystic, I highly recommend giving some Stelmo Hearts and Stelmo Pogs out there. Mystic, thank you so much for supporting the stream, and enjoy those gems, guys. We are now at a level 3 hype train. Holy crap.
That's pretty cool.
Gosh.
What is a hype train?
So it's just like a little thing Twitch does, is that if multiple people, it's kind of funny because it's more about the amount of different people that gift or sub or give bits or something within a short amount of time than the actual amount that you get. It just starts like this little train that comes at the top of chat, and they have 5 minutes to get to the next level. It's to encourage subbing and stuff, and it's pretty cool. Yeah, you get exclusive emotes, I think, if you're part of the people that gifted for the hype train.
Cool.
Mystic just surpassed Cuna for gifted subs. For this week, yeah, the gifted sub leaderboard resets every week. So I would say Cookie's definitely the best. They gifted 80 subs in total last week, which is, yeah, it was insane. I couldn't believe it.
Jeez, yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that.
I can't believe that people want to support, even though the content's free. Really awesome. Making
Always helps.
Yeah, making the... What?
Oh.
It was going up.
Hyper, yeah, right.
Yeah, right. Can't even not get crushed? Question mark?
Yeah.
Something like that.
His spirit got crushed.
Mm-hmm.
Becomes a ghost.
That's $160 worth of subs. If you're talking about in revenue, as an affiliate, I have a 50-50 split with Twitch, so I get $2.50 per sub. 80 subs is $5, so that would have been $400 of subs, which is also crazy.
Knuckles got compressed. Sure did.
Yeah.
More
Compressed
than the
like Carnival
soundtrack
Night
on
did.
PC.
Yo, the Mystic giving 5 more tier 1 subs. Holy crap, dude. Thank you so much. Here's got a gift sub from Mystic. I highly recommend throwing out some Stelmo Hearts and Stelmo Pogs with that new gem you all got. And Mystic, thank you so much for supporting the stream yet again. I appreciate you. Wow, we hit a new sub all-time goal. We're at 313 concurrent subs, which is pretty insane.
You said you had Haley play PO6 one time. Did she ever play it again, or was it just like...
Nope,
just
she's
to
only
have her
played
do
it that one time and vowed to never play it again. There's actually, if you want to watch the video, it's if you're morbidly curious or anything, it's one of my older ones, so my quality is pretty egregious. We were also at my parents' house at the time, and I moved the whole setup there, so
right, that's cool.
The acoustics weren't quite correct. That's I guess you could call it the classic Stelmo era.
Sure, yeah.
Because I got caught by the there was like a string of Windows 10 updates where it would randomly change. When it updated, it would change your mic volume level.
Oh.
Because I was so confused. I would spend like an hour trying to perfect how my mic sounded, and then the next day it would like be super distorted and grainy and peak again.
Weird.
And I was always confused as to why that happened. But yeah, it was Windows. Yo, let's go, Stash Hand. Thank you so much for gifting a sub. You're on a 12-month sub streak, dude. Thank you so much. Enjoy that red gem. Well, actually, you've subscribed for 15 months total to still enjoy that red gem. You had it before, but enjoy those emotes once again for another month. No ads, all that fun stuff. Thank you so much for supporting the stream. Chat, we've got less than a minute. One more sub or one more gift of bits would get us to a level 4 hype train, but don't feel like you have to do it. But if we want to get to level 4, we're so close.
96%.
96%. Can we do it?
40 seconds left.
Can you guys pay me money? I believe in you. Sometimes you just got to take the piss out of it.
Yeah. Open those wallets, people. Have that autofill ready.
Yeah, I can't believe that, because it's an option to whether or not to have subs to your channel show ads. Like, that's an option the streamer can turn off, which I find ridiculous. That it's... Because, like, half of the point of subscribing is so you don't see the ads.
Yeah.
Like, that's such a huge part of it, but, like, I guess if you're a big enough channel, you can get away with it anyway. But, I don't know, I still find that pretty scummy. No matter how large of a creator you are. I can't remember.
Yeah,
this
there needs
part.
to be like an additional perk if that's going to be the case.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people do like sub-only Discords at that point and stuff as well.
Sure.
How do you...
That makes sense.
There's a thing you're supposed to hit here. Like a sand thing that makes the sand fall. Is that not here? Dancing with it. Oh! What?
Oh.
I mean, I'll take it. Huh? Yo, we're at a level 4 hype train now with that gift sub from Violus. Thank you so much, Violus, for subscribing to the stream. Or for gifting that sub. Oh, that's right. You can climb on the door. Forgot about that. It's up here. There we go. Now we got it. Enjoy that gem and all the emotes that go along with it. Thank you so much for supporting the stream. Oh my goodness, Stash Hand, thank you so much for gifting 200 bits. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. You guys, stop subbing. Stop giving me money. I don't need it. I appreciate it. You guys are amazing. Really, I'm glad you want to. I mean, he said it, not me.
That'll be another $50.
I have no idea what you do there. Yeah, you're supposed to climb on the door, which I guess just with my many times of playing as Knuckles, like, you would think that that's an object that you can't climb on. Oh my god, I have to fight this boss normally. Normally, like, Hyper Knuckles or Hyper Character at this point, and you can kill him before the boss music even starts.
Wow, yeah.
I don't know if, Did you ever give your opinion, like, on Sonic 3 and Knuckles? Like, what you like about it, what you don't? I know we talked about how it's my favorite game.
Oh, like in the
series.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we sort of, like, combined it whenever I said that I liked it as, like, it was kind of tied with Sonic 2.
Mm-hmm.
All right, one sec.
All good. It was nice to get a... forward for a while for a nightly, so nice to get a level 4 hype train. No, yeah, absolutely. No, you take care of yourself first. Absolutely. Dude, what the heck? I'm playing so bad. Absolutely take care of yourself first. You know, don't overgive, because there's no refunds on anything. If you give to the stream, it's given. But I really appreciate everyone who does it. It truly means a lot. Like, it's hard to, because, you know, I'm streaming, playing the game, trying to talk commentary. Of course, Bick's here for this particular stream as well. And, like, it's hard for me to, like, put into words, you know. It kind of sucks because, I mean, I guess I could. Like, for the sake of entertainment, I don't want to, like, break down. Because, like, I was really close to breaking down when Cookie gifted the 50 subs. I wonder how refunds work on Twitch. I think that you can refund with, like, with Twitch in terms of, like, you can set it up to where you'll automatically resubscribe every month, and you can cancel that. But, like, the thing is, like, if I currently don't and hope to never do, like, donations, or I guess I would call it tipping, where you just directly give money, like, through PayPal or something, that would be no refunds, because some people try to abuse that by, quote-unquote, gifting $500 and then abusing a refund policy, so they get, you know, the cloud of the alert and everything. It's pretty bad. You deserve it. I appreciate that you think that, but I'm a person that doesn't believe that anyone deserves anything. Like, you earn what you get. But I mean, it's really flattering that you think that, Cookie. I appreciate you a lot.
Cookie.
Get a snack. Also, I don't know, since, you know, you go in various streams, too, I feel like my stream, there's a lot of, like, colorful usernames. Like, of course, we've got Poop Man. Yeah. And then Mayonnaise in the Toilet. Like, there's a lot of potty humor. And then, just in general, like, there's some very elaborate names.
Oh, wait, is it Elsie? Is that person's name Elsie?
You're thinking of Entitled? Isn't Deserve and Entitled, aren't those synonyms, though?
Probably in this context, yeah. Like, deserving.
I guess
you feel like you deserve something when you feel entitled to it.
Yeah. In what context would it not be? Yo, thank you all for the level 3 hype train. You're all awesome. In the Air Force means a lot of expenses get paid for. Hey, that's awesome, Violus. You know, I'm glad you're able to support. 16 subs, 200 bits. You guys are crazy. Thank you so much. Woo. You're an awesome person. You introduced me to an awesome community you have, so thanks. Oh. Aw. I'm glad you think so. You deserve something if you earn it? Is that true, though? Like...
Well, you got it, so you earned it.
Yeah, that's true. Because I guess the thing is like, the distinction is that deserving / entitlement is like... It says to me level 3. I think what it was, Beats, is progress to level 4. Like, we didn't achieve level 4. I think. But fuck it, we'll say it was level 4. Why not? It's all arbitrary anyway. Able to contribute to the hype train if I would? Hey, don't worry about it. All I ever ask you guys is just watch. You know, I enjoy doing this for free, and I'm very used to making this stuff for free, so.
Now that the internet is good.
What if it's a comm, Stelmo? I only comm you, Beats, because it forces you to do it. Who knows how long the randomizer would be if I didn't pay you. Oh, have you... Well, I guess you may have not been to either stream, but I'm going to put a video out on it tomorrow. Beats has made a PO6 randomizer.
Ooh.
It's one of the best randomizers like for games. There's a lot of customization with it.
Wow.
You're worth
Can't even
every
imagine.
penny. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate it. Lots of love, but you know, we gotta love Bick as well. You know, he's here.
That's okay. It's your stream.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be as fun without you here for sure.
I appreciate you having me.
Yeah.
It's a fun time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been so long.
So fun that we don't have a topic to talk about right now.
Yeah, no more controversial Sonic games to bring up, I guess.
Yeah, I'm sure there's something that'll come out at the end while we're fighting Mecha Sonic.
Yeah, all the fun ones were taken.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Just
Ooh.
say something controversial about Frontiers, maybe. I don't know.
Just to rile them up.
Just to rile them up. I still remember, dude. I like hated like right when Frontiers came out, like the fact that I just think not super lowly of the game, but fairly low of Frontiers. That every PB for PO6 for like 2 weeks was just me slashing Frontiers. The
Like just
entire time.
like just when you're passively talking about it.
Yeah, I especially remember Shadow PBs, like, for a solid 2 weeks there, like, it was like, I would start in White Acropolis, and then it would just be, yeah, Frontiers. Like, because someone would come in and, like, bring up, you know what, to be fair,
okay,
like,
so they would mention it.
yeah, a new person who hasn't been in the chat in a while would come in and be like, hey, what'd you think of Sonic Frontiers? And I'm like, oh.
Yeah, the hit new game, of course.
The hit new game, yeah. I'm sure it'll happen with Superstars as well, but, hopefully Superstars won't disappoint.
Yeah. It looks good. I think from what we've seen so far, it would be really weird if only 2 zones looked really good and the rest weren't. So I'm pretty
that's
confident. Fair. It's like they would just have to totally drop the ball.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, if you look at Sonic 1, there is arguably only one really good zone in that game, and that's Green Hill.
Yeah, indeed. And it's same guy.
To be fair, it is Sonic 1. Yeah, it is the same guy.
First. We've had a long time. I think they know it, and none of the zones in the game look like Sonic 1, aside from Green Hill. So.
Mm-hmm. I think 60 is pretty normal. You think the Superstars price feels steep? I think it feels steep just because, one, only Frontiers has been a $60 title, and two, because it's a 2D game.
Yeah.
I'm hyped that it's 60 because it's a 2D game, which means hopefully it's a big budget 2D game.
Yeah, that's the thing. If it has enough content, like, that's totally fine.
Yeah. Because, I mean, there's just a thing, like, ever since 3D gaming became the standard, like, 2D games have always just been viewed as lesser, or, like, a cheaper, which, to be fair, they are cheaper to make, so, like, it's not a wrong assumption, but, like, the fact that it's that is pretty sick. I guess you don't have that faith? That's fine.
It is weird that, like, 3D games ended up being the bigger one, because you would think that it would take up so many more resources to code.
I guess they
all
just
that.
made so much money.
Maybe.
It seemed like the next step for gaming, though. Like, if we're gonna be honest, like.
Well, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of technological advancement, absolutely. It's just strange that, like, since 2D games are smaller, you think that they could afford to be bigger and longer because they're cheaper to make and, like, don't take up as much space.
Well,
it's weird that 3D games end up being, like, sometimes.
I mean, I don't really know the return because, I mean, it's a digital thing, so it's like you make one copy and then that copy can be redistributed an infinite amount of times. You know, it's software. So
yeah,
I guess maybe that's the reason why 3D games, because 3D games can still just sell super well.
Yeah, no, definitely I think the financial in 3D just generally does sell well, better. This is just kind of, I think, what it's the norm now, and it's more spectacular and it draws people's attention.
Yeah. But I mean, 2D games can be great as well. I also think 3D games have a bigger market, maybe.
Yeah.
I would think
generally what I play is 2D anyway, so.
Yeah, I would think, I mean, 2D games are pretty accessible if it's not a platformer. I would say maybe, ooh, that might be a good question. What do you think is the most accessible type of game? Because I would argue it's like a top-down, like a Zelda or Stardew Valley or something.
It's so hard to say, because, like, I'm trying to think of, like, what a truly like there's a difference between a casual player and then someone who's never played a game and like wants
Yeah,
to get into it.
That's true.
So I feel like that's like where mobile games really took off. Just like these really simple to understand, just tap.
Yeah,
you
I
know,
guess you're right. Mobile games.
Pull the bird back and let him go. Yeah.
Because touch controls are inherently more are easier to understand because you have that feedback of you are touching it with your finger rather than you touching a controller, which moves the character. I guess,
Lego
in a platformer
games.
sense. Yeah, the Lego
Yeah,
games.
those are. You know what? Yeah, it's like that's got the market value for sure.
Oh, Minecraft. I forgot to say, back when we were talking about like best games or favorite games, I think that even though Minecraft's not my favorite game anymore, I think it's the best game ever made.
Whoa, nice.
I think it is just, I mean, it's literally a game of infinite possibilities.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think there's any other
game.
game that has infinite possibilities like Minecraft does. And you know what? Easy to understand infinite possibilities. Because obviously there's games like, I don't know if you ever heard of Universe Sandbox, which is, you know, it's a sandbox game. It's technically infinite possibilities.
Right.
But
I don't believe I have.
it's basically just like a simulator of like you can do whatever you want to the universe. Like you can make planets explode. You can create your own solar system. You can change gravity. It's like a small little game. It's like $3, but it's just the first thing that came to mind for me.
Cool.
Yeah, but that's it. Wow. We made it all the way through.
Oh, right. That's right.
We stop at Sky Sanctuary. There's
we
no
don't get the true final boss.
I mean, if we wanted to, we could use the level select for Doomsday Zone, but I feel like this is an appropriate place to end here.
Sure.
And the Sonic 3 and Knuckles credits music is fantastic. 3.5 hours. Yeah, we did go a little overtime. I did expect this to be 3 hours, so I apologize, Bick, but I appreciate you sticking around for the entire thing.
Yes. It was fun.
Yeah. But
The classics completed.
oh yeah, the real Sonic Origins. That was the whole. That's
the title.
Yeah, that is the title. I'm excited to make something out of this. But for the Twitch audience here, I think that is going to be it from me. So thank you so much for watching. Have yourselves a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one.